What's the word? What's good? What's really good? Welcome to another dope show. One of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. You feel me, dog? And listen, we got some dope topics for y'all tonight. But before we get to the topics, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And please hit that bell notification. So listen, bro, let's go ahead and get into these topics tonight. We ain't got no time to waste because we got a lot of them. You feel me? Miss Sarah Fontenot. Shorty stay in the media. She stay on camera getting viral clips, clipped up, all this type of stuff, talking about relationships, dating. She was on Nick Cannon's. She was on the Night After Dark with Paul Pierce and Azar, talking her talk. You feel me? And she's giving her perspective when it comes to dating men that make less than her. So before I give my thoughts and opinions about it, let's go ahead and dive into it, and then we'll go from there. And plus, this is our icebreaker, so let's go ahead and get into it. Yevy.
Let's say y'all both make $500K a year. He's making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangibles. Does he get a chance?
I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. I have gotten to a certain point because I've built to a certain point. Mm-hmm. I am disciplined in everything. Mm-hmm. I'm disciplined in relationship with God, in my emotions, in my mentality, in my energy, in my body, and how I eat. I am very disciplined. And so I would expect that a man is the same thing, because when you're disciplined, whatever you do the most is what compounds in your life. Why would I not give a shot to a person that makes $70,000 a year? I could put you on. Hell, I could even hire you. Come on, let's work together. We could do all of that. But as far as my man, because this is the thing, I refuse to give into a life where I start to feel like I can't have it all.
That's where the insatiableness and the gluttony, because if you already have it all, why do you need a man to give you more? Like, that's the part of the conversation that I just cannot fully understand.
And maybe
it's not love that they want.
Maybe it's not.
Let me finish.
Why does money have to be null and void of love?
I think it's because y'all keep going to money. Like, y'all don't really chime on like the other intangibles as much. It's mostly about the money.
But that's other tangibles. It's whole. It's all of it. If you're missing one, you can't rank one out on a scale of 1 to 10. In my lifestyle, in people that I know, I don't really know any people that make $70,000
well, I know.
a year.
What about a high school teacher who loves the kids in his community, who's not on that money shit? He wants to serve. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, there's a little bit of gaslighting here, but I'm gonna let it keep playing.
I'm talking about the people that I am around on a daily basis, the people that I call on my phone. It's different. So I will say my vantage point for what success looks like monetarily speaking is exponentially different than most people. I understand that. And I'm not here to wrong or shame the person that makes $70,000, because the truth is every single person deserves love. But like Tasia said, that's not going to happen with me. Because I live in a space where I want to follow the leadership of my man. I want my man to make the decisions inside of my household. It's not about a dollar amount. It's not, okay. No.
Because he can lead in other ways.
No,
and with finances,
you've got to lead the household. You can look. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you options.
Exactly.
This is the question. The question I want to ask in fairness.
These people just got money.
Hold
they don't even, the people who think they got money don't even have no bread.
Let me ask you the question.
I disagree with you because I know the people.
Okay. Okay. Y'all might be a little surprised on this, but I think I would say I agree with her. I agree with Sarah Fontenot. Hope I didn't butcher her last name. I agree with her on behalf because fuck it. We'll go ahead and go there. I agree with her simply because she's speaking based off of her own life. She's not speaking on the general aspect. She's not talking about Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street. She's talking about herself and the things that she listed in regards to the things that she do for herself and how she builds herself up. That's what she looks for in a man herself. She didn't say that's what other women should look for. She didn't say anything like that. She said that's what she looks for because of the work that she's put in within herself. Even though she claims to be in these circles, these certain circles of people, if she's put the necessary work and effort in like she says she's doing, she would definitely have a man. Now, I'm going based off the assumption that she don't have one. She might have one and she might just keep them ducked off. That's cool. But I'm going to give it off of first. I'm going to give it based off the surface level. She don't seem like she got a man, but she may or may not, but I don't think she does. And so she's shooting out a whole lot of good stuff. She's talking that good talk, but I don't see the results. I don't see the result. I don't see her with the man. I don't see her with her strong leadership type of man. This man that's everything plus some, basically Superman, and I don't see him. Nobody sees him, but we see her constantly in videos, in the media, talking about dating, relationships, and how you need to be your best self and all of these different things. She's working on herself, becoming that best version or being that best version, being disciplined, taking care of the things that she eat, working out, all of these different things. But yet, where's your man? Because I think the persona that she puts out on camera, I don't think that's her persona out off the camera. I don't think so. I think she's a totally different person. Now, that doesn't mean that she isn't successful, but I think that the way that she portrays it as if I want my man to lead, I think she's one of those passive aggressive type of chicks. She'll say that her man is leading, but she'll have this passive aggressive type of way of doing it. She'll make it seem as if he's leading, but she's really leading. You know how they say you leading from the back and not from the front? One of those situations. And so I don't. So in her own right, I agree with her in the fact that I agree with her in the sense that that's her preference. That's what she wants. She's not knocking down the people who make 70K or less. She's not saying that. She's not saying they're bums, but she said for her, that's just not something that she wants. And you just got to respect that aspect of it. Especially, and the only reason I agree with it, is because of the work that she's put in and that she portrays that she's putting in. She listed it down of everything that she's doing. Versus other women, when they say they want this man that's doing X, Y, and Z, it don't factor. It don't make sense. It's like your results ain't matching what you talking about. You talking about you want X, Y, and Z, this type of man, but you look like a bum. What you out here doing? You look like a hoe. You like a thought pocket. And again, I'm not saying that Sarah Fontenay isn't one, but just based off of the perceived image that she has, I wouldn't say that she is one. I can be 100% wrong. And I'm okay with that. But the way that she perceives herself versus a Dr. Brian, Cheyenne Bryant, y'all seen Cheyenne Bryant, right? It's a difference. When you pair Sarah Fontenay up to somebody like Azar, I wouldn't compare the two because I don't think Azar is out there in the streets like that. Sarah Fontenay, I think Sarah Fontenay may have been a little bit more on the streets more than Azar. So when you line them up, just saying. Listen, bro, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And look, let me know what y'all think. Am I out of pocket? Am I wrong on this? I don't know. But I agree with it. I agree with her on that statement. I agree with her 110%. It's her preference. That's what she wants. That's what she believes. That's the type of man she wants. Hey, you just gotta let her rock out. Straight up. Listen, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure y'all hit that bell notification. So look, let's go ahead and go to this next topic, dog. Man. This shit has been crazy in the media. It has been wild. Fucking CEO. The fucking CEO at a goddamn Coldplay concert got caught up, then got caught slipping, got caught red-handed, fucking around with the bop, got caught on camera. Now he resigning from work. Probably finna lose maybe not all his assets, but he finna lose a lot of it. That good paying job he had, gone. Probably the good wife that he had, gone. All of it. Out the door. All because he was out here fucking around with the thigh pocket. So let's go ahead and get into this video, man. This shit is wild. You understand me? Wild. Make sure you hit that bell notification, man. This shit is wild.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. Either they're living in a fan or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do. People drunk on you. Oh, look at these two.
So we're gonna stop. A Kiss Cam moment broadcast at a Coldplay concert struck a scandalous note when it apparently exposed a cheating tech tycoon and his head of HR mistress. Nigga, you with the mistress at the... This nigga shitting. This man shitting where he sleep. Come on, bro. I know his heart dropped. As the band's front man Chris Martin mused the must be having affair. The couple scrambled to hide their faces when an image of them canoodling appeared on the Jumbotron at Gillette Stadium near Boston Wednesday night. Boy, look at that. Look at the fright on her face. Look at her face. Look at his. That is fucking crazy. Look at that. They have since been identified as astronomer CEO Andy Byron and the firm's chief human resources officer Kristen Cabot. Cabot. Fucking around, bro. One ex-user claimed that in response, Byron's wife dropped her married name from her Facebook profile before it was overwhelmed with comments, and she deleted it. He done, folks. Observers were quick to poke fun at the alleged shooting. Cost of a concert, hotel, $200. Tickets, $600. That's $800. $950. Divorce attorney, $50,000. Getting exposed by Coldplay having an affair with your coworker, priceless. One Instagram user posted. That is. Byron and Cabot didn't immediately return calls from the posters. Of course they did. Kiss cams have certainly surprised couples in the past, but usually to a much more wholesome effect. Like the time this Orlando Magic fan learned he was going to get that.
You are the father!
Fam. Sir. Dog, what were you thinking, my man? What were you thinking, bro? Nah, fam. What were you thinking? What in your right mind makes you think You out in public. You are basically a public figure. You are the CEO of a big company. And you out here with the mistress in public? Out here in public at a concert at that while the wifey back at the crib? Dog, what is you bugging on? You started smelling your own shit, didn't you? You started smelling your own shit. You thought you couldn't be touched, huh? This is insane. This is insane. All hugged up at a concert. Did you not know that they do jumbotrons at concerts? Yes, at music concerts too. Not just sports. Not just sports. They put you up on that jumbotron and y'all out here hugged up as if y'all weren't gonna get caught up. Boy, you should have kept it. You should have kept it where it was. Not saying that I condone it. You should have kept it where it was. You should have kept that shit somewhere else. Should have kept that shit on the down low. Should have kept that shit over there somewhere. Should have kept it over there somewhere. Should have just. Now all your money gone. All the money that you had and was about to make, gone. In divorce, everything that you worked your ass off for, gone. Because you made a stupid play. You made a stupid decision. You know what? Let me go look at it. Because they said let's go look at the wife of the CEO. What's his name? Andy. Andy Byron wife. Now before I show y'all this, I want to preface this by saying, hold on, let me be clear on this. I want to make sure I get the right picture. Because I don't want to turn around and like, oh shit, that ain't even the right one, dude. Want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, so that ain't his wife. All right, I guess so. All right, so that's his wife. All right, so I'm guessing that's his wife. Somebody fact check me. Not sure if that's his wife or not, but somebody fact check me. So apparently that's his wife. Apparently that's the wife. The actual wife. So yeah, she finna take all his money. She finna take all his money. She taking everything. You hear me? Everything. All because you fucking around with the HR mistress. Come on, dog. Come on, man. You gotta do better than that, white man. You gotta do better than that, bro. That's on you. That's on you, family. That's on you. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. Listen, bro. Yeah. Bruh, if you gonna do it, bro, just be smart about it, man. Don't be going out here in public, bro. Don't be going out here in public. Especially when you in the light like that, when you are in a position like that too, where you got almost everything to lose. Yeah, bro, you bugging. You bugging hard. So look, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Rick Ross. So this just popped up. Not too long ago. It came across my timeline, and Rick Ross and DC Young Fly are going back and forth because Rick Ross decided to just up and dip from the 85th South show. Just got up and dipped out. So I'm gonna play a clip of that so y'all can see what happened, and then I'm gonna go to Rick Ross and DC Young Fly, you know, shooting videos back and forth at each other. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it, bro.
Debut. You've been waiting 15 years for this shit to happen. How could something ever be more important than this? Right. But then you become successful with your first album, and then the new obstacle is
topping the first.
Pulling off two.
Right.
You feel me? Right. And so that approach is different. You do that. The third one is, you know, so I have fun deeper than rapping, so on and so forth. Teflon Don, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so it's just.
Then you
we could have those debates. We really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I like the way
was a
you
different
followed
time.
up hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on their ass with it?
You got to.
Right.
Man, just fuck it. Don't take the foot off the gas at all.
Right.
That motherfucker still.
Let me use the restroom one time and I'm going to take this jacket off.
Right. Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing, nigga.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life.
I just had to tell the motherfucker, I said, maybe I can't be there for you, baby. I gotta grind.
You gotta grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
You gotta get up on your what?
I gotta get up on my grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
I gotta get up on my grind.
That's why I ain't got no damn time. Gotta get up
She
on my
wanna be
grind.
dirty, and wanna kick me. I had to tell her I'm driven by my baby. She wanna get all in my face and wanna give me kills. I told her, girl, don't want to such a deal.
I ain't gonna lie, I bet it's a vibe over there for real, bro. I bet it's a vibe over there when you go on that show. Real talk. It's literally niggas just kicking it. That's literally what that show is. Niggas just kicking it. Like they kicking it on the porch. Real talk.
I said, baby girl, give me one time just to know you're mine. I'm gonna ride you around. And don't you ever forget you can sit on my dick quick if you need a lick.
She said she's gonna treat me proper, but look, bitch, there goes a helicopter. I don't have time for your stupid ass games. I'm getting money in the streets every day. I ain't a lame.
I remember I ain't had no bank account. I was waking up just going out that.
This nigga been going a long time, ain't it?
House, ain't got nowhere to go. So I won't make it in the house. Take a kick and something out. Now I learn where the fuck will be to go. Ain't got nowhere to go.
Joe, give me a lighter, man.
So I won't make out the house.
Going out the house, and ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm standing on the post. Yeah, I walk back in the house, and I'm right back in the house. I ain't got nowhere to go. So I keep walking out the door.
Hey, hold up. I just seen him in the back. I see him in the back. Hold up. I see him in the back. Let me get right about them. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Little bit. Hold up.
Get that nigga 3 times for real.
Oh, goddamn. Look at me.
In the inbox, like, hey, what's the deal? I need some chips on the west side, on top of the hill.
I made a post. Y'all now walk back in the house.
Man, this shit like an inspirational, motivational.
I mean, yeah.
Did I miss it?
Y'all now walk back in the house. And I'm right back in the house. Y'all ain't got nowhere to go.
There he go right there.
So I keep walking out the door.
I mean, yeah. You know, Cap.
You feel me? Man, what? Because it's a real smooth groove, man. This shit like an inspirational, motivational course right here, right now. You feel me?
No Colin Kaepernick.
There's a lot of game being laid down. A whole lot of it. You better pick something up. Hey, these motherfuckers hitting though.
Ain't no cap no bitches hitting. I hit that nigga 3 times for real.
Oh, goddamn. Look at me.
In the inbox, like, hey, what's the deal? I need some chips on the west side, on top of the hill.
I made a
When he seen my shit, when he read my shit, then he said that. Woo! Nigga, I seen it on 3 occasions. I need me some chips, nigga. I'm trying to sell some chips with the nigga.
You got if you hit on what kind of flavor you get, I think you would get.
Go on the west side, my
boy. That go on the west
side.
Come out with your own chips.
I know, but man,
I'm trying to see when they noticed when this nigga actually hadn't come back yet. Did they see him walk out the door? Did they see him walk out the door? I saw him in the background walking out. He didn't even come back to the couch.
Let the person
you already got the infrastructure in place.
already got the infrastructure. That's what I've been trying to tell niggas, like, bro, you already got the infrastructure. Let me just sprinkle it in. You sprinkle it, and we just
out with your own chips, man.
You know what I had? Barbecue baked beans.
But that's what I'm saying. You already got the infrastructure to make the base,
barbecue baked
make
beans,
the chips, make the flavor. All you need is the face. Nigga, then I had so many events. I can go to school. Nigga, I'm just dropping chips off. We really feeding the block. Literally.
With chips.
With chips, man. I am fucking the block up with chips.
Told you.
What? Every after school program got this nigga in the crate. He got a whole bag of these, but we fucking them up. Fuck them Cheez-Its, nigga. Replace them with this shit. Been trying to get me some chips. What? You know how many kids? You know how many children? Every time I see kids, hey, fly, hey, you know what I got for you? Got a bag of chips for you. Take these chips home, man. Ooh, that what you did. No, you gonna put some bigger rims on it.
Oh, I was just fitting them.
I can't find one. Nigga act like they don't be wanting to sell it to me. Every time I see one, I'm like, what's up? He like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna keep it. You want it? I'm like, nigga, don't sell it if you ain't gonna sell it.
Yo,
ain't gonna lie.
Them titties,
bro, I'm finna go to sleep, my nigga. Well,
like, these niggas real deal kicking it hard as fuck, and they still hadn't realized that this nigga walked out. What is going on right now?
I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
8:18,
them titties
feel
out.
like 9 o'clock. Feel like 2 o'clock.
Them titties out.
Hey,
yo, auntie had them titties out.
Oh, I seen a lady with some big old titties the other day. I had told her, hey, little mama, come here, let me put them titties in my face. And she said, hold up, these titties, they cost. I don't know what you.
Appreciate you, my boy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, when I get married, I'm gonna be sipping on that Carlo Bernard, you did? And tell you, look, she got the hiccup on me, cause
I'm free, and I'm sipping and I'm walking like that. Say, them niggas.
Okay.
My knees be like, you keep trying me, but
and do like a pickup or something.
Yeah, we good. Oh yeah.
You tired?
Yeah, the dip.
Yeah, the dip. That's how you dip. Yeah, nah, that's funny here.
Now you see him made up.
So apparently, Rick Ross he pulled a nigga move. He said, "Look, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick." Came up out the bathroom. That nigga went straight out the door.
I beg your pardon,
Bro, he came right up out the door. He came right up out the bathroom and walked right out the door.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, left.
We ain't get no dap.
Nigga just came and left, man.
What the fuck y'all asking?
Well, I don't know.
That nigga funny here, man. Hell with that. Like, he in the van.
What happened?
Ryan, he's in the van. Oh, he already done pulled off.
That nigga done bit the cone on their ass, boy. Rick done bit the cone on their ass, boy. No, bro, no. Come on, Rick.
Why the hell you just ain't say that?
No. He good.
I just found out.
That is the Phantom of the Opera, man.
How you just disappear on nigga like that? Like, we need to say bye. Like, we literally just, we really got.
Nigga ain't chunk up the deuces, no nothing. He just mosey on up out of there.
Got turned up. We like, you about to come back?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this. That party is fucked up. That's kind of fucked up. Like, you ain't let them niggas know. Excuse me, you could have shot them a text. Could have hit them up like, hey, listen, y'all, I gotta run. I'm so sorry. I gotta run, big dog. You know, since some shit came up, I gotta go take care of it. I appreciate y'all. I'm sorry I gotta cut this shit short. And make your move, bro. But the way that you exit, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, Ross. I don't care, bro. I don't care this bullshit. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. Niggas, respect the platform. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Respect the platform, dog. Whether they smaller than you, bigger than you, respect the platform. You on they shit. Cause let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers. They pulling just on that video alone. They pulling in 2 mil. And from what I heard, them niggas pulling in more views with other people on the show. So respect the platform, G. I don't care about none of that big dog shit, Teflon Don, big dog boss shit. I don't care nothing about none of it. You gotta respect the platform. So let's go over to this next video and see what Rick Ross's rebuttal is to this situation.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. Well, I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. Well, I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free. I wasted.
Well, you keep saying you came for free as if that meant something. Nigga, you didn't say shit. You said you going to the bathroom, Ross. You said, you know what I'm saying? You said your little shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta keep your foot on the pedal on. Hey, look, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Nigga, you ain't pull up. Look, this is what you did right here. You pulled up. Yeah, you gotta let me act like you had the glasses on. How you had the glasses on. You was looking down at the table like this. You was like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you gotta make sure you gotta keep your foot on them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, let me go to the bathroom real quick so I can take this and I come back and take the jacket off. Then you said you was gonna come back and take the Gucci jacket off. The Gucci jacket off. Nigga said. Nigga was gone for about 15 minutes based on that video. Gone by 15 minutes. The next thing you know, buddy, he ain't even look to the left. He just kept walking this way and walked right up out the motherfucking door. He just walked right up out the door. Ain't say nothing, ain't say bye, ain't say nothing. Ain't say a motherfucking thing, just walk right up out that bitch. Ain't say, all right, big dog, I'ma holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got some shit I gotta do. I'ma get at you, big dog. My bad. And then you said, I came. You know what I'm saying? You in the water, titties floating. Titties like this. They just floating in the water like that. And you're good. Hey, homie, I came for free. I just wanted to came to show my face, but I came for free. I don't care about the analytics and things like that. I came for free. So you came, nigga, show love. Show it, nigga, show love and have respect, homie. Show love and have respect at the end of the day. That was fucked up, Ross. Real talk.
See that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper wings, stuff like that. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charge you. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I'll come back on it, and when I'm gonna walk off that the next time, and it's bitch say, Rose, was I been? Of course not. You know when it's time to go. When it ain't no more chicken wings, man. They smoking, man. And August 2nd is perfect timing for that Ricky Rose pool party. Get your tickets, man. Come to the promised land. Come to the White House. Come to the big crib. Come to the Ricky Rose estate. You feel me? Come to the Ricky Rose estate. August 2nd for the pool party. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to DM my DC Young Fly. Tell him come out there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Shit gonna be a vibe. August 2nd, hosted by DC Young Fly. all my real young hustlers to realize on your rise to the top, don't nobody owe you nothing. The world owes you nothing. You get what you earn. And anything else that fall on your lap, just consider it a blessing and send that up to the Most High. But for the real ones that won't quit and want to know why shit take longer than it do, always remember that, man. Remain solid and keep hustling. Because, you know, that double back round, that third time round, that fourth time round, that's when shit really get lovely. And you got to think long term. Big boy talk, biggest.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only. Boosie did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Busta Rhymes did it for free. Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch do it for free. Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers, we do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade, it get hot. And where you gotta go to cool off? I'm going to talk to my little homie DC in the pool because it's hot. I got to get in the pool because it's too hot outside. And August 2nd, y'all make sure y'all go to his pool party because I'm not gonna be there. But you said I was gonna be there, Ross. But that's false advertising. I didn't say give me a check, but get the free promo because we family. Push up to his pool party. Y'all push up because I'm gonna be
Look, he just smooth walking about that bit.
in Philadelphia telling these jokes. But everybody can get some money. Push up to the pool party. But Ross, don't do that. And the jacket, you wore the jacket for no reason. Well, let me buy that Gucci jacket up off you then. So I can tell my son, I bought this from a who left. He said that he wore it for no reason. It was a waste. So since we didn't pay you, I'm going to pay you for the Gucci jacket. Because if I give you some money, I'm going to want something. Give me that jacket. Since you want some money. But you know we love you. Push up again. And you said something about the wings. Make sure we had the wings. If your ass would have stayed, you would have knew we had 200 of them goddamn Wingstop. They was in the back. You remember when you went to the back, the bathroom, you just left? It was 200 Wingstop wing. As a matter of fact, lemon pepper. We knew you were going to with it, but you didn't eat it. And we respect when that shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. Bet we gonna try to get you in. Man, we're gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up act like you doing us a favor and then just leave her without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. We'll push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where he going.
Damn.
So Ross, get at the pool and give me a call. So
bruh, that is wild. Yeah, Ross, you wrong for that one, bro. You out of pocket. You on some other shit, Ross. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know if you in that mode of nigga. I'm at that point where I can just do whatever the fuck I want. Fuck everybody else. It's me type shit. I don't know what that shit is you got going on, Ross. But I'm gonna need you to figure it out, big dog. Real talk. I'm gonna need you to figure that shit out immediately. Cause that's fucked up. You playing real talk, just like you said, 85th South Show. Them niggas ain't doing small numbers. They doing big numbers. They doing big numbers out there. So for you to just up and dip like that, ain't even say nothing, ain't even give niggas heads up, ain't do nothing. And then got the nerve to try to plug this man and say that he gonna be at the pool party. Nigga, you ain't even talk to him. So what type of timing you on, Ross? Like, bro, real talk, bro. Bro, come over here, bro. Let me talk to you, bro. What the fuck wrong with you, bro? What you got going on? What's going on with you, bro? You straight? Did he, you know what I'm saying? Did he fuck your mind up? Like, what's going on, bro? Somebody fuck your mind up over there? Drake fucked your mind up? What's going on? You straight? I hope you straight, big dog. I hope you straight. Hope you straight, bro. Listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that bell notification. So look, let's go ahead and go to this next topic, the main topic of tonight. Mr. Charlie Kirk debating again with another feminist about patriarchy. I don't know what it is about these, and then these college students, bro, they so extra, dog. They're the extreme. They're the extreme, and then nobody puts them in their place. And then when guys like Charlie Kirk or Myron Gaines or Officer Tatum, they go to these goddamn places and they try to tell these people exactly what it is and what actually is, and try to bring them back to reality. Because you know, when you go to college is different, man. You know, you got people that's extreme right, extreme left. They believe in all kind of bullshit. They believe what everybody else saying, so they just run with it without doing their own research, without all this extra shit. They just talking, using different talking points. It's like, bro, shorties, y'all are so gullible. So let's go ahead and get into the topic, and so we can just go ahead and dissect this shit. Well, I can't play it yet. Give me a second. Bing bang.
Intentions are. Sorry, I'm new to you in this, and I was just intrigued.
Sure. Hear from different ideas and see where we agree and disagree. So.
Yeah. What's like your purpose though? Like communication, yes, but like what ideas are you trying to bring or like help people understand?
Conservative ones, traditional
like,
American ones.
Oh, okay. Like traditional conservatism or like modern conservative right wing, because they like switched.
I don't like labels, so you can ask me about a topic.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Okay.
I think there's only two sexes, no genders, infinite personalities. Life begins at conception. We should deport all the illegals, right?
Yeah.
So these are just some of my opinions.
So you think it'll like make the country better? Like, what are you?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that number one, I want to support our amazing Turning Point USA chapter here, where they feel outnumbered and isolated. Number two, we're promoting our event tonight, so I hope you guys show up. Where's our event? It's like in the Montezuma Hall or something. Yeah, it's great. Montezuma Hall, Montezuma, whatever. And number three is I want to see where I might be wrong, strengthen my arguments, and anybody can say anything to me. I think that free speech is the last best hope we have in Western society.
Nice. Okay. Then I have a question about like women's rights in America. I just want to hear what you think, like where you think we're at, how you think we could better them.
Can you, just so I know where you're coming from, can you tell me what is a woman?
That's a great question. I would classify a woman as somebody with a womb and or a vagina. Sometimes people are born with either one or the other. But.
Good. We agree. Yes. So as far as women's rights, I don't separate rights based on sex. So you have to tell me what you mean based on that. So.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So do you believe that there's a difference right now in like people's rights and
No. I mean, there's male-female differences, but there are no male rights or women. Can you give me an example?
Oh, okay, like patriarchy. That's what I'm getting at. Do you believe that we live in a patriarchy and it negatively affects women?
No.
No.
Yeah. So, for example, men are more likely to commit suicide.
Yeah.
More likely to die at work. More likely to declare bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Women are far less likely to be in credit card debt. Far more likely to graduate from college.
Yeah.
Far more likely to get a high-paying job.
Do you think that that's a really good point. Do you think that the suicide rates or the depression rates and the bankruptcy rates that you just mentioned regarding men have to do with the fact that men are pushed to be less open about their emotions? They're less available to being able to communicate how they feel with others. They're taught to be more violent and be more physically harmful to themselves and others. And do you think that pushes them towards suicide, depression, and bankruptcy?
I think it's the opposite. I think that we're teaching men to be metrosexual versions of their former selves.
What does metrosexual mean to you?
Indecipherable between a man and woman.
Oh.
So
what's a man and woman to you? What's the difference between them?
Well, a man you're looking at a man, and I think I'm looking at a woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice,
right?
Yeah. That was funny.
Thank you. there's characteristics, archetypes, but we have differences. There are significant male-female differences. I think
like what?
Well, men tend to be more assertive. Women tend to be more agreeable.
Innately or taught?
Innately, and I wouldn't say
innately
taught.
Based on what science?
Well, just for example, if we look at artificial intelligence scanned over 10,000 brains using a SPECT scan, and was able to determine male-female differences 95% of the time of different brain functions based on basal ganglia, amygdala,
do you know the age?
Cerebellum.
Because interestingly enough,
age
I
is
read
14
a study.
to 22.
Okay, 14 to 22. I read a study recently that before the age of 10, brains are neuroscientists are unable to be able to tell the difference in gender based on the brain. But at a certain point, the social implications that children are taught start making them act differently. But it's been shown that if a man or a woman were given...
That's cap. That's cap. I don't know what study you talking about. Innately, you can look at a boy. Boys act different than girls. 1,000%. And sometimes it's not even... You don't even have to say, they naturally gravitate to certain things. You don't even have to tell them or push them to this. They naturally gravitate to certain things. So I disagree.
Given the same, okay, have you heard that men they have more spatial awareness, like in their brain? Have you heard that one?
I think that's probably true, yeah.
Yeah, so we learned that if women are given a month of the same practices as children that men are given or allowed to do, whether it comes to what they're playing, the media they're intaking, like what they're told and how they're told to act, that women have the same spatial awareness ability as men. So we're finding that innately the brain is the same, but because of the social constructs that we're taught on men and women and how they're supposed to act, their brain ability to activate certain parts changes. So by 14, the brain does seem different.
Have you raised kids?
Tell me.
Have you ever raised kids?
No, I have 6 nieces and nephews, though, men and women.
I'm sorry, little girl. That does not. I'm telling. I get it. You have your own opinion. You have nieces and nephews, so you are able to get a closer look at things. But you're not.
You couldn't be more wrong.
You're not around these kids 24/7. So don't use. I got nieces and nephews. You barely hang out with your nieces and nephews. I don't want to hear it unless you're around your nieces and nephews 24/7. I don't want to hear that because you miss a lot. There's a gap. There's a space in between the time that you spend with them versus the time that you're not spending with them. And I'm pretty sure that gap is significantly big. So let's not use this whole niece nephew. I got niece nephew. If you don't have a kid, I'm not gonna say you can't speak on it because I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, bro, well, you shouldn't be speaking on this. Speak on it how you feel, but understand. If you're going to use that as a talking point, if you're going to use that as your means to try to prove a point, don't use it. Use something else. Use a different study. Use another study. Don't use your own personal anecdotal experience because you don't have children. So you are missing a big chunk of your argument when you talk about that. So just saying, just food for thought.
If you're even around a 2-year-old boy and 2-year-old girl, it's not a matter of what they're taught. The girls are running to the dresses.
Exactly. They're innately different. You don't have to teach. You don't have to teach them that. You're not teaching them that. Nobody's saying, hey, you little girl, go get the dress. Hey, little boy, go and get the pants. They're doing that naturally. They're naturally doing that. You just sit back and they naturally do it. Little girls naturally color, draw. They naturally do that. Majority of little girls, they like to color, they like to draw, they like to play with dolls, they like to build little houses and things like that. Boys, they're destructive for the most part. They're destructive. They like to jump off of shit. They like to throw shit. They like to hit shit. They like to do a lot of different things. They like to build blocks and run through them motherfuckers and jump off the fucking beds face first type shit. They like to get dirty. They like to just be more rough housing and shit. Now, that doesn't mean the girls don't like it, but not as much as the boys. And it's just natural. It's just a natural thing. It's not something that's taught like, hey, little boy, you need to go get in the dirt and go play this. No, it's not.
Boys are running to the guns. You know who agrees with me? One of the leading feminists of the 60s and 70s, Gloria Steinman, who wrote Feminist Mystique.
Yes, and I've read that.
Even she, who was like a hardcore gender is taught, when she raised her kids, she was like, oh my goodness, there is a fundamental innate difference between men and women. And it's not just brain structure.
Right.
It's testosterone, it's estradiol, it's
Okay.
estrogen production, it is hormone levels, it is all, and there, I could just prove it. If you sit down with a young lady, they're far more likely to talk about micro topics, and men are more likely to talk about macro topics.
What's the difference between micro and macro?
Great question. So if I sat down with a young lady, she'd be much more likely to talk about friends, relationships, and things that are very intimate to her. A young man would be more likely to talk about the weather, sports, or the stock market, or politics.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's not taught. That is innate. That is innate into our bio programming.
What is bio programming?
How we were designed.
What do you mean how we were designed?
Oh my God!
I believe that there's
see, I see what she's doing. I see what she's doing. Maybe it's genuine. Maybe it's genuine that she continues to keep answering the question. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? To try to choke them up, try to catch them on something so that way she can get an aha moment. But it gets annoying. Like, stop trying to jump from point to point. Let him get his point out. Then once he gets his point out, then you can come at, okay, what was this? Okay, so you said this, that, and the third. Can you explain that for me? All right, this, that, and the third. Then you also said this. Can you also explain that? Well, it's this, that, and the third. Like, come on, bro.
Creator that
I couldn't be a debater. I couldn't. Because the thing is, it's not the fact that I would get irritated, but then I would say, look, are you going to let me finish the point, or are you going to continue to stop me so I can give you every definition for every word that I say? Well, I just need to understand. I just want to understand. Well, ask the question. Well, ask that question. Filter it in your head. Ask the question after I finish my point. How about that?
Designed us, and that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. And you might not agree. I was just like how you were born.
Yeah.
I could even say, just to come to common ground on that.
Oh, okay, so the creator chose that men and women have separate roles, and it's innate.
Well, not just separate roles, but made differently. And out of being made differently, you get different roles.
Right. So if science proves that the other way, do you rely on creator over science?
But science has done the opposite. So, for example, in a Harvard study, they put 50 women in a room alone, and they put 50 men in the room alone.
What age?
Not relevant, but around 25, right?
Relevant.
Okay. So.
No, sorry. I'm actually having so much fun. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
So if you really, I'm fascinated you think that 8-year-olds' brains are infinitely neuroplastic, but we'll get to that back to that later.
No,
so,
when they're like babies. By 8 years old, you're already going through school and you've had so many relationships. They're definitely affected.
But again, if you were right, John Money would have been proven right, but we'll get to that later. Okay. So, that test has been replicated so many times. And even the Dutch, who are like the most progressive on this, have gotten away from the idea of tabula rasa, that boys and girls are born similarly with brain differences. But we'll agree to disagree on that. But anyway, 25-year-olds were put into a room, okay?
Right.
And they said, men, what do you think about when they're alone? No surprise, sports and sex, right? Young ladies, what do you think about in the room alone for 30 minutes just by themselves? They replayed prior conversations that they had. For the record, no man in the history of the species has replayed conversations that we had and thought about them when we were alone in a room. Like, what conversation? What was this person said? Women are far more relational, micro than men. And that's just based on how our design is.
Okay, check this out. We just had a 42-minute meeting, and this AI tool turned it into a shareable doc with actual action items.
Whoa. I think that you just lied that all men don't think. That's such a...
It's called a joke. I'm sure there's a man somewhere that recollected on a...
Okay, so she's one of those types. She's one of those types. She take everything literally. She don't understand context clues. She don't understand the fact, oh, I think you just lie there. And so, I mean, you said all men. Like, come on. We all know, we all have the discernment, cognitive dissonance. We have all of these different things. You should be able to tell, like, all right, nothing is absolute, right? It's not 100%. So when he speaks on these men and these women, of course it's not 100% of it. We all know that there's still subgroups of these men, subgroups of these women who do different things. But generally speaking, when you add those numbers up and you average those numbers out, typically speaking, generally speaking, on average, the majority, which could be 51% and above, typically means they're going to respond in X way. Majority of men, not 100%, 51% and above, that's the majority, they are going to result in responding like X. We know it's not 100%, but you have to go based on the majority.
A conversation.
Well,
because I'll break it down to you on an even smaller spectrum. You ever drove into a parking lot? Why is there only maybe a few handicapped parking spaces? Well, because generally speaking, most people are not handicapped. There's a small minority of people that are handicapped, so there are spaces for those individuals. You solve for the majority, not the minority. Just saying.
I didn't know that in a dialect that's a debate based on science, and you're talking about a study. That would you implement a joke that's based on a
Yes,
truth?
humor is a tool of a rhetorician to try to get people, to chuckle, a little levity. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. Do you think testosterone and estrogen play into people's ability to have drive, ambition, feelings? Do you think testosterone and estrogen are important?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then if women are lower in testosterone and higher in estrogen, and men are lower in estrogen and higher in testosterone, wouldn't that, independent of society's framing, play into the idea that there are natural differences between the two?
I think that it definitely plays into the idea that there are natural differences, and I think there are natural differences. I just think to an extent.
You can look. I'll be 1000% honest with you guys. You can look at some of the individuals behind her, and you can tell who holds a little bit more testosterone and who holds a little bit less. Well, I ain't gonna even say less. Who holds more testosterone versus the ones who hold a little bit more estrogen. Look at those men back there. I'm not even gonna point them out. I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. But you can look at some of them and tell, like, yeah, some of these jokers, they got a lot of estrogen in them. They ain't got no testosterone, for sure.
That as a society, we've decided that men, because they have more testosterone, and we've known testosterone makes people more aggravated, what's aggravated, I'll just leave it.
Aggressive?
Aggressive, yes, sure.
I'll take aggressive.
Yeah, thank you. That it makes people or men more aggressive, that we've decided that means that men are not in control of their moral ability or their ability to choose what they're going to do. So it becomes like men have more testosterone, but they still have the ability to choose to treat people better. Or
so hold up, before he answers that, I can answer before he does too. And he may answer it different than me. So just because a man has more testosterone, that doesn't mean, he may be a little bit more aggressive in that sense, but therefore that's where this thing called emotional intelligence comes in, this whole logical aspect of things. While they say most men should think in logic, meaning having that emotional intelligence, understanding that you feel some type of way, but not acting on it. Like, you may be angry as fuck, you want to punch a fucking wall, but because you have emotional intelligence, you are able to control your emotions and say, you know what? That's not going to solve anything. All that's going to do is, one, I'm going to punch a hole in the wall. Then after I do that, I'm going to regret it. Then after I regret it, I got to spend some more money that I didn't want to spend or I didn't have. Now I'm going to be even more angry because I did something stupid, because I acted irrationally. I acted on my emotions instead of just taking a step back and say, you know what? It's some bullshit, but hey, it is what it is. I'm pissed off about it, but I know I got to get certain things done. I got to make this happen.
Or with less aggression. Like, it's like, oh, men don't have the ability to make those choices. That's almost like downplaying men's ability by saying that they just have to give into their aggression.
I'm not contesting that. The mark of a true man is one who can control himself.
Okay.
I have not. Let me set the precedent by telling y'all, this is my first time watching this video. I'm watching it in real time with y'all. But didn't I just not say that? I just said that, right? I just said that, right? Let's move on.
Do you think that do you think there's a problem of trying to turn women too masculine?
Turning women too masculine. What's masculine for you?
Oh my.
Well, let's just say not agreeable, forceful, aggressive, aggressive in the best possible term, forward thinking, more macro, more visionary, less feeling based, more rational, more yearning towards reason and dialogue, and less towards compassion or the ethos.
And what's feminine to you?
The inverse of that. So more on the emotion side, less macro, more micro, much
so
more.
So women are just what men are not?
No, they're different sides of a species coin, right? So you have a human species, you have a male and female, and there's differences. So
give you another example. I give you another example. I just thought of this one. Maybe crazy, but I'll give you another example. It's like a quarter. It's still a quarter, whether it's on the tail side or the head side. Whichever way you flip it, it's still a quarter, right? So the quarter itself is the human being. We all are human beings, which means we all are human beings. We were created by the same creator. But there's two different sides of that coin. One side is heads, the other side is tails. The heads can be the men, tails can be the women, however you want to put it. But there's a difference on the coin, and there's two sides of that coin. That's the difference. So whatever you deem, whatever masculinity is in the definition, not based off of your own thoughts and logic of what masculinity is, based off the definition of masculinity. Femininity is the opposite of what masculinity is. Simple. It's the exact opposite.
So I could also posit it separately. A woman is more compassionate, a man is less compassionate. So there's two ways to word it, but do you think that there's a problem about trying to force women to be too masculine?
No, I don't think there's a problem.
Okay, well, I disagree. We have a crisis in this country. I'm curious, why do you think that we have so many unmarried young 30-something women? It's the most in the history of recorded data.
That's a good question. I don't know if I've ever pondered why we have unmarried women.
Why do you think that it's the young women are the most depressed, alcohol addicted, and psychiatric drug addicted in history?
Men doing at least 150 grand a year. If you're completely out of shape, let's drop the ego and get real for a moment.
Is that true?
Because think about it. Because I know a lot of women, not all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? For the people in the back, because some of y'all are like her. Well, are you talking now? It's not all of us, duh. But there's a lot of women today versus the women back then. Women today are more on antidepressants in modern day versus then back in the day. Why is that? I'll let you figure that out.
Oh yeah, the most miserable they've ever been. I'm just curious, why do you think that is?
Yeah, I guess I would say that I think it's because like the society that we live in, right? Like capitalistic, consumeristic, where there's like constant processing and overconsumption. That includes like drugs, alcohol, like the overconsumption.
So women going into the workforce.
Drugs and alcohol has always been a thing. This ain't nothing new, bro. This ain't nothing just hit the scene. Drugs and alcohol has been a thing for ages. A
lot could create a lot of depression for them.
Yeah, same with men.
Okay, but then shouldn't women stay at home and have children and do what they're designed to do?
Based off of which side that person normally resonate with. So let's just say that the females are the tails and the men are the females are the tails and the males are the heads. The heads needs a little bit more masculinity than estrogen. On the flip side of that coin, nothing wrong with having a little bit of testosterone in women, but it needs to be more estrogen than anything. But yeah, you're speaking facts.
Men are also
wouldn't that make them happier?
Have the most depression that they have right now in this country.
I agree.
So you can make the same argument for men that you just made for women.
I'm asking questions. I'm saying maybe the men are upset because the women that they're trying to date are more interested in taking care of cats and trying to become partner at the local law firm.
Yeah.
And they say, I don't want to get married till I'm 30. And maybe that creates a sense of despondency when a young male being raised in this country sees everything rigged against them.
So do you not believe that women should be working?
Of course, I believe in liberty. I'm just asking, has there been an unintended tragedy where we have the most financially successful 30 to 35-year-old cohort of young women in history?
And men.
Well, again, the
in
women
history, like men and women are the most sick and depressed.
The women are far more depressed than the men. The men are depressed.
But you just said that the men were more depressed, and that's why their suicide
they're
and
more
depression
suicidal,
rates are higher.
and they're largely more suicidal.
So they're more suicidal, but they're less depressed.
1 sec. No,
okay,
they're more successful at committing suicide than women.
Oh,
that's
understood.
a big difference. Okay, women commit suicide. Women, no, it's true. Women try to commit suicide more, and yet women will go through 3 or 4 attempted suicide attempts. Men usually only 1. You can look it up. It's just the way it is. But I'm just curious. What is it about the 30 to 35-year-old female? Do you think there might be something missing? Do you think that there's like this biological urge to get married and procreate that we might have been suppressing? Because it is it's the childless, least married cohort in the history of the country.
Yeah, I believe that marriage and reproduction are beautiful things.
Good.
I do.
Do you think we should encourage it more for young women?
I think we could encourage like a deeper understanding of people's individual sense of self. And then through that, if people can better understand their wants and needs and become more self-aware about who they are and what they need, that ultimately they would lead them to like better and more efficient decision-making for themselves.
Okay. And
whether or not that means marriage.
Last question. You posited this.
What
How would you define the patriarchy?
What it is.
Oh, the patriarchy. So patriarchy, like the epistemology of the word.
Or just like, do you believe it exists in the country today? Or
yeah, I believe patriarchy existed. Patriarchy comes from pater, right? Pater means father in Latin. So patriarchy is father over or men over. So it's like a men ruling, right? So we see it in the fact that God or the divinity is represented as men, which was only happened like halfway through the history of humans. So it was like a matrilineal matriarchy society for a while. We see it in the fact that women take men's last name. We see it in the way that men are viewed, or like men view women, and how women kind of have to adhere to the way that men want them to be portrayed. And I agree with you that porn is, what'd you say?
Toxic. Poison.
Toxic, yeah. And I think that's an aspect of the patriarchy, right? Like if you go on a porn website, which I'm sure you haven't in a while, but if
not in a while, I used to be addicted though.
Yeah. Well, congrats.
And I encourage everyone to break free of that addiction. It's terrible.
Me too. Yeah, me too. That's great. Proud of you for that one. Yeah, but if you go on a porn website, you can see that like the view of all of the porn is from the perspective of a man and it's of a woman. And these kinds of aspects show that right now we live in a society where it's a man's view, it's men over. So like we're all taking on.
Yeah, I
see this, and this is why. And listen, and this is why. This is just my own beliefs. I know there's a lot of people who come up with these new religions, and you know the people that they believe in. You got people believing in grass, believing in the skies and the stars, believing in fucking shoes, and believing in bunnies and fucking roaches and whatever the hell they believe in, right? But the God that I know, the God that I serve, the God that I fear, it is God. It is man. It is woman. And they're a child. No other way. No other way. That doesn't mean one is less important than the other. That is not what that means. Because when you go to a company, yeah, you have the CEO. You got the VP. You got the district managers and the region managers. All of them are important. All are important. And they hold their place in those positions for a reason. They hold those positions for a reason. And this whole idea, of what she's talking about is so far gone because she's been reading too many feminist books. Because I tell you now, if this world were to go to shit, a lot of these feminists that's out here talking this talk that she's talking, they'll be gone in a week. In a week, they'll be gone. They'll be done for. Maybe 2 weeks. I'll give them 2. This shit that they're arguing, the shit that they're talking about today, this is first world issues. People in the third world countries ain't talking about this shit, man. they got other shit to worry about. They have other things to worry about than the shit that we talking about. You up here talking about feminism, you talking about patriarchy and matriarchy and all this shit, talking about why men believe this, that, and the third, and studies show that it's not necessarily the difference between boys and girls. Yes, it is, man. It's naturally in us. We naturally have more testosterone than women do, naturally. Now, based on how you live your life and the other things that you do, when you start lifting weights, the things that you put into your body, all of these other different things that you do, yeah, it can either help your testosterone levels or it can deplete them, whichever one. But innately, men are naturally have more testosterone. Never, like this shit is wild, bro.
Thank you for that. First on the porn thing, 85% of people that consume porn are men. So they're obviously going to shoot it in a way that is more attuned to men. For example,
what if it was shooted for women and then they started watching porn more?
They would change the perspective because they're in it to make money.
Mm.
The same reason why Lifetime movies don't have rock and roll music, and they tend to be very like uplifting, flowery, emotional based, and hyper feminine in the writing, because most people that watch Lifetime movies are women.
What's Lifetime movie?
Okay, a Lifetime movie is.
She's annoying. I'm sorry. She's annoying, bro. She is annoying. This whole just stop just to asking, oh, what is this? What is this word? What is this? But you said this. What does that mean? Just have a conversation, dog. Just have a conversation. Nobody's out here trying to recite fucking definitions for you. Go read a book. Go touch some grass or something, dog. You doing too much. Listen, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. Dog, make sure y'all hit that bell notification. So listen, we're gonna do a mean ass Euro step to the next topic. Yeah. Black women. Yup. Black women, come on down. Come on down to The Price is Right. I got a bone to pick with some of y'all. Because y'all are getting out of pocket. Y'all talking a little bit too crazy. And I think a lot of y'all just be talking out the side of y'all necks. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. So there's a topic. There's a show called TPB. And this is a show where 3 black individuals, they're talking about dating and why a lot of athletes choose a date or have a preference for white women.
I beg your pardon?
Yep. Why they choose to date white women. So before I give my thoughts and my opinions, we're going to watch this video. Let's get into it.
Conversation that's edifying, that gets us to the other side of being frustrated. It is something that's a real thing, and I can acknowledge that. But even as a black woman, a former athlete that went to a PWI, a single black woman, you know, I have my feelings. Like I love black men. I prefer them as well. So it's almost like sometimes I feel like, man, they got another one of them. But at the same time, it's like, you know, love is love. And there's so much, this is a convoluted issue. So for me, I'm just excited to dive in it with you guys. And hopefully people that watch will understand, like, it's not just as black and white, no pun intended, as it may come across.
And before we get to talking about more about preference and I guess what we find appealing or attractive, I want to speak a little bit to what you said about these people don't really understand me and I don't understand them. I think for me specifically, when I think about my choice and who I want to end up with, I want to be with somebody I don't got to explain nothing. When I tell you, and unfortunately,
what y'all mean? Okay, see, I be wanting to stop and say something, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean you want somebody you don't got to explain nothing to?
For sure. No offense, Deontay, I'm gonna have to explain certain things to a man. That's something you're not gonna get, boo. But a white one, for me, absolutely not.
Yeah, because it's 2 factors now. It's like, also too, it's like, I remember I was talking to this white girl one time, because she had like red hair. I thought that was like, I was like, whoa. Like, you feel me? Like, this is crazy, you feel me? But it's like, I had brought her to my neighborhood, and like the way we was talking and communicating, she was like, "What does this mean? What does it mean?" I was like, "This is getting annoying. Like, I'm not trying to translate. Just kick, like, shut up. You know what I'm saying?" But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm thinking, but this how you think, cause it's like you watch this and it's like, yo, Shawty got red hair. Like, you see what I'm doing out here? Like, but the translation part, it was just like, oh, I really don't get these people. And then when I went to her house, it was like, how are you? It's like, what, you weren't expecting me? But nah, they.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting you with your hair looking like that, bruh. I'm pretty sure. See, this is, bruh. See, this is what I'm saying. These are the excuses a lot of Black people give. First, they said that they don't want to have to explain anything to anybody. So, I'm sorry. There are certain things across. There are certain ways that people talk in LA versus the way that people talk in Alabama. Black people on top, Black people alike. Motherfuckers from Alabama will go all the way up there to LA. They're like, man, what the fuck these niggas talking about? I don't understand shit they saying. What does that mean, bro? What are you talking about? And vice versa. Motherfuckers from LA will go all the way down south. The way that these niggas talk, you be like, bro, what the fuck he just say? Talking this country shit. I don't know what none of this shit mean. So we not finna do that. We not about to play that game. We not about to play that game.
Wasn't expecting me. So it's like,
so basically you don't know how to communicate. I got it.
Like, oh yeah, these dynamics is
and now
off.
your safety.
Yeah, I feel like too uncomfortable to the point where it's like, yeah, go up and go in the room, and it's like, go in the room.
No, I ain't going in the room. Go in the room is.
Yeah, I was like, man, you know, my dad, he really gonna trip. I'm gonna get up out of here because I don't feel comfortable over here.
Okay.
So it's like, but you remember stuff like that, even, and
that's stupid. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. This is so stupid. What are you talking about, bro? It's called being communicative. Being able to have a conversation. Being able to speak effectively. Talk to someone. Because you're so used to talking to your homeboys, you're also used to talking in slang and shit. You don't know how to converse with one another. You don't know how to talk to a white person. You don't know how to talk to a Hispanic person. You don't know how to talk to somebody. You just don't know how to communicate. Because you don't want to explain what certain things or how certain lingo is. Because it's unfamiliar for you. Oh, this is foreign territory for me. I don't want to have to continue to keep explaining to you the way that we talk. Why? It brings them into your world so they can understand your dynamic and understand you as a person so they can get a better understanding instead of being on the outside looking in. Ain't nothing wrong with asking questions. And you be like, hey, bro, you were saying X, Y, and Z. What the fuck that even mean? What does that mean when you said this? Oh, nah, man, it just mean like when I'm doing X, Y, and Z, it just mean this. For it can mean a number of different things. So you can say this, but it can mean this, that, and the third. Oh, okay, I got it. So if I say this, I can mean it for this, but I can also say this, and that can mean it for that. Yeah, you get it. Oh, all right, bet. They're learning, they're understanding. So now they're able to come in. They're able to come kick it with you. Next time you bring them, they're able to come kick it with you. They can have conversation with people. 9 times out of 10, if she really rocking with you like that, she gonna pick up on some of your lingo, and she gonna talk the way that you talk for the most part because she really rock with you, and she gonna be able to communicate with people. Just saying, dog. But y'all too lazy. Y'all lazy. Y'all don't want to talk. Y'all want to gatekeep everything. Y'all was so worried about everybody gatekeeping shit from y'all, and all of a sudden y'all want to gatekeep. Boy.
As a boy, it's like when they daddy be looking at you weird, it's like, let me get up out of here. Okay. If I had to call my dad. You feel me?
We don't want your dad to show
up. Oh, God.
Nigga, I'm from Alabama. I ain't never had no situation like that before. I have never in my life had a situation like that before. I'm from Alabama. Now, that doesn't mean there's not racist people all across America, right? But when you think Alabama, you think Mississippi, you think fucking slave ship, you think country bumpkin, you think redneck city, sundown town. You hear me? That's what you think. All of the South, all of the southeastern areas, you know, the Texases, the Louisianas, the Mississippis, the Alabamas, the fucking the Georgias, the South Carolinas, the North Carolinas, and some parts of Florida too. If not all. Those areas down there, boy, you hear me? You hear me? And yet I have not experienced any of that. And I went to a PWI myself, high school and college.
Okay, and what about you, Sheree?
This is a tough one, guys, because Lene, I'm with you on that.
Okay.
As a Black woman, I don't believe wholeheartedly that any man other than a Black man can truly connect with me in the way that you described.
Right.
Yeah.
On the other side of that.
Okay, last one I'm gonna let it play. I'm sorry, y'all. Last one, and I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play through. Connect with you how? Black woman, connect with you how? On what level? What, understanding your hair? Understanding the things that you need for your body? Understanding the type of lotion that you use, the type of grease that you use? What are we talking about? What, the type of clothes that you wear and why you wear them, the type of foods that you eat and cook? The things that you believe, which is probably victimhood, that victim mentality that you have? Because you think everything is against you, you think the white man is against you? The reason you probably was gonna vote for Kamala Harris? You talking about that type of connection? You talking about the type of connection where you're so focused on trying to keep up with the Joneses instead of understanding how to actually grow and build your money and build your wealth? You talking about the type of connection where you're having babies out of wedlock? That type of connection? All right, got it.
I have to also own the fact that there are frustrations that I have with a sect of Black men in this generation when it comes to partnering, when it comes to potentially being a husband or even a viable boyfriend. That has now put me in a position where, even though I really don't want to be open to dating men outside my race, I don't want to do it. Let me be very clear. It's not what I want.
It makes sense.
But it's something that at almost 39 years old, still desiring a family in that life, I may have to be open to.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any experiences necessarily with being in the proximity that you mentioned with white males when it comes to dating. Now I will say, growing up, my cousin used to always, tease me that I would end up with a white man, and it would make me so mad. It would really upset me. Like, why would you say that? Like, am I not good enough to be with a Black man? But that, outside of that comment, no.
Data brokers are selling your private information. And in the wrong hands, that information can lead to.
Want to know what it is? I think she looked like she'd date a white. She looked like she should be with a white man. I'm gonna be honest. She looked like she would date a white man. If I didn't know any better, I probably would have guessed that she dated a white man. She's a tryhard. She is a tryhard. Who gets mad at the fact that, oh well, shit, why the fuck would you say that I would date a white person? So who wouldn't want to be attractive to all races? That's a good thing. That's a good thing. When you're attractive across the board, it's a good thing. It's like, damn, all these races want me, all of them checking for me like that. Let me find out. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we talking about right now?
I don't have an issue with what you like.
Right? I don't.
One of our issues, particularly for straight Black women, is that there's not a lot of y'all to choose from.
I almost ran up.
I hate to say it, I hope it don't sound ridiculous, but the numbers quite literally don't lie. And then the way things are also set up, Black women being one of the most educated groups, it is difficult for us to find counterparts. And the counterparts we do have, they got their pick of the litter.
Yes, they do.
And now we already have to compete with one another in a way that is, unfortunately, it makes it difficult to be community oriented when we because of scarcity mindset. But then when we see you turning the other way and you do it because, and your answer is always because, and I'm not talking about everybody, but for those of you who say your answer is because you dislike this, that, and the other about Black women, it just opens up the whole conversation about beauty standards and privilege. And even you mentioned the white hair, these things that feel exotic. Have you had any personal experiences in either way? Because I mean, you're attracted to women, and you being a woman yourself, where you felt like that has influenced your choices, or you could see its influence on the choices of people around you?
You know what? Yes to the aesthetic piece, but I will even go a step further. For me, it goes like to an attitude or perceived attitude piece. Even most recently, Shaq. Hey, Shaq, I love you, but hey. So I did. No, I love Shaq, but he's part of my story. So I was doing a segment on the Shade Room, and I was smiling but very much confident in what I was saying, talking like I'm talking to you all. And Shaq is watching. It's like a live stream on YouTube, and he's like, "She's so pretty, but she's so mean." And I was like, "Shaq, I'm not mean. Why would you say that?" And I think there's something about Black women who are confident and solid in who they are that sometimes can be perceived as we're angry or we have an attitude or we're boisterous when we simply just believe in what we're saying. And we are naturally emote differently than other races of women anyway.
You know something? You know what I'm starting to figure out? A lot of these women don't have situational awareness. They don't have awareness. They don't have this sense of self. They don't understand the things that they do. Because what they may feel as if, what they may think that they're doing in their brain, well, I was just speaking my mind. Okay, but if you see how I'm looking at you, if you took my eyeballs and you watched yourself and you can see me through my eyeballs, well, you can see you through my eyeballs, you'll understand why I said what I said. That whole, I'm just speaking confidently, I'm just passionate about this. I know a lot of passionate people who speak calmly, and their words are still impactful and powerful. You don't need to start goddamn chicken necking and doing all this extra shit just to get your point across and start speaking loudly and aggressive. You don't have to do that to get your point across. And one of the bigger things is what a lot of people don't understand, a lot of women don't understand. The more you talk, the less people listen. Let me say that again. The more you talk, the less people listen. But the less you talk, the more they listen. Why is that? Because you talk too much, they always hear you. That's one. You always yapping. You always saying something. You always got a rebuttal. You always got something to say. You always give some fucking pushback. You always got something to say. If I say do this, it's a why. If I say let's go left, you say let's go right. If I say go up, you say let's go down. If I say go up under, you say let's go on top. Or why can't we go on top? You always got something to say. Always got something to say. Always got something to say. You gotta voice your opinion on everything. When a lot of times it's not even needed. Nigga was just telling you something just out of courtesy. He wasn't necessarily asking for you to say anything. He was just telling you out of courtesy. So that way you can feel him. So that way he can just make sure you're in the loop of what's going on. But see, on the flip side of that, for the individual that's not talking so much, the one that's always quiet, but yet they're always observing, they understand what's going on, they're moving in silence, they see what's going on. But then when they decide to speak, because they don't speak a lot, people get quiet, they tune in, they listen, all ears are open, because you rarely say anything. Like, oh shit, what the fuck she got to say? Let's see what she got to say, because she rarely says anything. I'm gonna lean in. Okay, so what's she talking about? You know what? That's a good idea. But because you want to talk so much, you think you got to be heard all the fucking time. And this ain't no misogynistic talk. It's just the real.
Right. So for me, it's been more of that. I'm taller, so I kind of have a presence about me with that. The aesthetic piece, I hadn't gotten to that point yet, to be honest with you. I haven't gotten to that point of insecurity yet because I'm still dealing with what I just talked to you about.
You don't need to get there.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get there, but I do think sometimes just the confidence, the assertiveness, it can be a little off-putting.
Intimidating.
Yeah. So I think that's the intimidation piece. Is what I
vibe with the sign language. It's not intimidation, bro. Stop, bro. All right. Okay, so we're gonna be that. We're gonna play that game today. Let's keep it a buck. Ladies, ain't nobody scared of y'all. Nobody's scared of y'all. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it 100, a stack on top of another stack. Nobody's scared of y'all. Nobody's intimidated by you by any fucking means. We're not even in competition with you. So let's get that out the way. Nobody's studying you, bro. See, the problem is you want to compete with us so bad. So then you keep nagging and keep talking, and we keep hearing. And then we say, hey man, shut the fuck up. You ain't as dope as you think you are. You ain't like that. You ain't. You think that you a baddie, but you straight, bro. You average out here in these streets. You ain't no baddie, bro. You think you top notch. I done seen top notch. You ain't that. Cool. You got your little hair. You got your hair salon business going. Cool. You got it out the mud. You doing hair now. Cool. Do your thing. Hey, big ups to you. Shout out. Salute. You working your ass off. Get to it. Get to it bad. But do not try to bring that shit over here. Don't give a fuck. Don't care. Listen to me. Don't care. Don't care. Because it ain't doing nothing for me. What you got going on over there ain't got nothing to do with me. Nobody's intimidated by you. But what we don't like is the behavior that comes behind it, because you believe that, oh, I got this salon and I got this going on in my life. Oh, I need this, that, and the third. You can't lead me. How can you lead me? Okay, guess what? When shit hit the fan again, that salon ain't gonna be here to save you. That salon ain't gonna be here to save you. You guess what you're gonna be doing? You know that little meme, like when Mr. Krabs, he was looking around like this, in the background's real blurry. That's how you gonna be looking when you're trying to look for a man to come save you. That's exactly how you gonna be looking. Ain't nobody intimidated by you. Don't nobody care. We just want you to be quiet sometimes. That's it. Just want you to be quiet sometimes. Sometimes. Cool. It's cool to talk sometimes, but sometimes we just want you to be quiet. You don't got to compete with us. Nobody trying to compete with you. We really ain't. Dudes are not trying to compete with you, ladies. We really aren't. What you say is a better question. Why can you not lead me? Let me fix that inside me. There you go. Facts. That's a great question. I am the original Snow Bunny. That is a great question. Better question. Why can you not lead me? Let me fix that inside me. Exactly. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to let a man lead you? Now, I get it. Let me talk to the fellas for a second. That does, because I know there's a lot of men out here today. They on some suckers. They on some sucker shit. They on some soft boy shit. They on this metrosexual shit. I get it, because a lot of them were raised by their single moms. They ain't have a father in their life. They ain't have that testosterone. They ain't have a man who was stoic and showed them discipline. And showed them true love. Because what they don't understand is that just because your father disciplines you, because your father actually cares about your fucking life, he protects you from yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that in their life, so they don't understand that. They don't understand what that love is. They think love is just aggression and anger. No, it's not what that is. It's not what that is. So a lot of y'all don't understand. You don't know how to lead. And yeah, so there is a lack of men out here in the world like that, but there are a lot of men who do know how to lead. They do know how to lead, but because they don't fit your criteria, they don't check off everything on the box, you gonna bypass them. Oh, well, this man, he make $60,000. Shit, I make 80,000. I can't have no man that make less than me. He gotta be ambitious. He gotta already be doing it. I can't, because I worked my ass off to get to where I was. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He need to be at least making the same as me or more. Even if he's already working on things that's gonna get him, that's gonna 10x what he's already doing. You need him already there. But guess what? When he get to that point, he ain't gonna be checking for you. He gonna have a guess what? When he 10x his money, guess what? He's gonna be in an entirely different bracket, which means he's gonna be in different circles, which means the higher that he goes, the less black women that he probably gonna see. So then, because that pool of black women is no longer there, because that pool has gotten so small, guess what pool of women are around? There's a lot of white women in that pool. There's a lot of Asian women in that pool. There's a lot of what is it? What is it? Is it? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna say I'm not just gonna throw a random I'm not gonna throw a random thing out there, but there's a lot of Asian women, a lot of white women in that bracket. And so therefore he's gonna end up with one of them. And then you're gonna be over here looking crazy, like, oh well shit. Why these black men out here dating these white women? Why are they out here only doing that? Well, because you could have been dating him, you could have been married to him, you could have been leveling up with him, but because he wasn't your type, you bypassed him. But Sarah Beth, she saw his potential, she saw where he was going, she saw what he was doing. She latched on quick. But y'all want to have that conversation though. Let's move on.
I've even heard that, and I'm gonna let you answer. But I've even heard that specifically in the whole like comparison piece. White women being softer or more malleable or amicable or amenable to particularly black men leading. But also to my point earlier, it's not a whole lot of y'all left. And in the y'all that's left, how many y'all that can lead?
I don't know.
It's even by a smaller margin. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I just think I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's like.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight, like every American achievement.
All these attributes that black women have that people want to kind of rein in, if you was Latina, sexy. So it's like that get hard too. And also too, it's like we get, we curate our feeds on social media to our interests. So my interest, I want to see what black folks on. So I don't know what other communities doing what they talk about, but I know when it comes to men talking about women, the only people I see publicly degraded all the time, no matter what, is black women. So it's like,
sit the fuck down. Here you go. I get it. You on the platform with two black women, so therefore you gotta play the game. You gotta sit there and be cool. You can't call nobody out, which is bitch made, but you gotta call, I'm saying, you want to play the role. No, call them out on their bullshit. No, that's some bullshit, because what you're doing now, you're co-signing that bullshit that they talking about. You're co-signing it. That's exactly what you're doing. You sounding just like them, big dog.
Like I said, I was hyper aware of this young though, because I'm light skinned. Both my sisters brown skin, dark skin. So I would just see how people would approach us like, "Oh my God, you got such nice hair," and we'll then look at my sister and be like, and I'm like, "Hold on, Kirk, like, what's up?" So I always been hyper aware because of the differences between me and my sisters in appearance. But I also never liked that. I never.
Why? If you got nice hair, you got nice hair. If you got nice hair, you got nice hair. Why does everything gotta be fucking racial with y'all, bro? Do you know how many people, nigga, I think my fro look nappy right now. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. But you know how many compliments I got on my afro today? Do you know how many compliments I get on my afro? I like your hair. It's curly. I really like it. It looks really good on you. But you'll seem like, hey, cuz, like, hey, man, why you talking about my hair like that, bro? Like, come on, dog. Like, you see that other black dude over there? You see his hair, bro? His hair straight too. Like, come on, dog. Like, what's really good, bro? Y'all on some bullshit today. On God, y'all on some bullshit. On God.
But like that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But because it's like they look like my mama, so like I don't understand what the problem is. Yeah. But the louder people get when it comes to black women about like, you too loud, you too to do. And then when you compare it to other women, it just seemed like they were a little bit more contained and controlled. But like I said, when you start talking about Spanish women, Then that attitude is sexy. Oh, yo, I had a Spanish girl. She was finna stab me. It was hot. Like, woo. That's crazy.
Who the fuck think that's attractive? Who the fuck thinking anybody's trying to stab them is attractive? That nigga must be crazy too. Any bitch pulling out a knife on me, talking about some trying to stab me, man, you better kapow. What you talking about? What are we talking about? That shit ain't sexy, bro. That's toxic shit that y'all talking about. Ain't no, bro. The people who let me break something down to you. The actual black people who are sane, who ain't toxic like that, who, you know what I'm saying, who got some discernment about themselves, who got respect for themselves, they ain't dealing with no bullshit like that. Like, nah, bro, I'm good on you. You trying to kill people. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep peacefully at night. I don't want to be sleeping with one eye open. I don't want to be walking with me looking up with my shoulder all the fucking time, thinking when you gonna stab me because I said something wrong or off-putting to you. Nah, bro, bro. That's exactly. That's why. This is why he's proven exactly why he need to get out there and be a little bit more diverse and stop just focusing on the people, his group of people that he talking to, because apparently they don't know shit. Because the shit that he talk about is crazy.
It's crazy, right? Wow. But like seeing grown men act like that, I'm like, hey, brother, what we doing? Because it's like, I ain't saying you can't have other preferences. I'm saying I'm a Panthers fan. And if you ask me why I'm a Panthers fan, I ain't gonna say because I hate the Falcons.
Yes.
So it don't make sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to move on to the other side of the debate, because sometimes when I see this conversation or this discourse happening on the internet, you get, but it's okay when a black woman does it, when she dates outside her race. And you were just speaking to that a little bit.
Yes.
I've been on these dating apps myself. It's hard out here for us.
That's why I got off.
And there is a prevalence of white men on them apps.
Yes.
And it's not really my thing, but it also just makes it difficult for me to have more options for my dating pool. But for you guys, like, what do you think is the difference between when it's happening amongst black women versus when it's happening amongst black men?
We don't have a lot to choose from. And then we talk about preference, right? So if I'm a black woman who desires to date a man who has a certain faith that he practices that's in line with mine, that makes a certain amount of money.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Now you'll go there.
That has maybe a certain limit with how many children he already has.
Now you're asking for too much.
That may have never been married before, and I'm older.
Yeah.
So we down under the floor by the time we actually vet through every and this is not, again, I'm not talking about people, women that are super stringent and have all these high, like over the top standards.
No,
just basic things, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's not higher over the top. The bar just being held.
That's what I'm saying. So we're doing this off just basic fundamental things that we would like. A man who's into his career. Some of them still trying to figure it out. No shade, but again, if you're established, if you're high achieving, and that would go for a man. Like depending, if you may have a standard where, hey, I want to date a woman who has a passion, it's something she's really.
Man, I did this study. Matter of fact, let's go into it. Man, fuck that. Let's go into it. Let's see what they doing. They talking about. Let's go. Let me see. Yeah. Black. Let me see something. I want to see something. I want to do some quick research real quick. Let's look at this. No, we don't want that. Let's go. I want to do something really quick. I want to look up something. The percentage of single male black millionaires in the US of A is approximately 8%. 8%. Which translates to about 1.8 million African American millionaires. So 8% single male black millionaires. Now let's see. Let's see. 57% of single black men who are in the middle class or higher. So middle class is roughly $50,000 and higher. 50,000, if not probably 55,000 and higher, whichever one. 57% and higher. No, I'm sorry. 50,000 and higher. 57% of single black men are living in the middle class or higher. 57%. That's the overwhelming majority of single black men. That's the overwhelming majority. Which means out of that 57%, you know what? Let's do some math. I want to do some math with y'all. We gonna have a math class today. So 57%, that's the overwhelming majority of single black men. 57%. Booyah. That's 57%. Plus 8%. Woo! That's 65%. Single black men, right? That's 65%. Let's see. Let's go lower. Let's go lower. Hold on. Let's go here. 48%. 48%. Well, that number's kind of off somewhere, but give or take. 48% of black, 48% of the black population is male, which includes a significant portion of the lower class demographic. 48%. 48%. So you do have a lower class of men that's in the 48%. So black men represent about 48% of the population, with a notable percentage living in a lower income household. The poverty rate for black men is 25.8%. Big dog. Insane. So, with that being said, you as a woman, you need to figure out where your SMV lands. It ain't just about your standards. It's not. Where are your standards? The type of man that you think that you qualify for? The type of man that you want, do you qualify for him? Let me see. Just my observation, black men got tired of being held back, taking loss after loss, and changed the circle, and the sky is the limit, and they are running with those who run with them. That's a fact. Yeah, I had to pull out the numbers. Fun fact to add in, how many of those men are fathers out of wedlock? Ooh, probably the 48%. Let me see. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this. Let's look at the overall. Okay, with that unit has climbed to 19 points higher. This is the biggest change in. So the share of adults living without children has climbed 19 points since 1967 to 71.3%. 71.3% of men are childless. 73 71.3. 71.3, dog. That's wild. That's wild. Let me see. Let's look at this number. Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's look at this number here. They begin shooting. Let's look at this number. Let's get some hard facts though, because I don't want to give y'all false information. I don't want to give y'all false information, man. So when do men this is when men become dads. So ages, damn. So percentage of men who are fathers by age, race, and Hispanic origin. So in the white population, between ages 15 to 19, the highest is 75.1%. They are already fathers by the age of 19. 75%. By the age between the ages of 20 to 29, black individuals, 80% of them are already fathers by the age of 29. But why are they giving me the numbers like that though? It's kind of wild. I don't like that. I don't like how they're giving those numbers. That don't make sense. Okay, so about 1% of white, Asian, and Hispanic men ages 15 to 19 are fathers. So that's 1% of all races. So white, Asian, and Hispanic men 15 to 19 are fathers, compared with about 3% of black men of the same age. That's crazy. So black people are leading the board, which means they having a lot of sex out here. Nasty asses. Among men ages 20 to 29, 21.9%. No, I'm sorry. From ages 20 to 29, 21.2% of white men, 24.9% of black men, and 12.4% of Asian men, and 29.4% of Hispanic men are fathers. So again, black people, they lead the leaderboard. Educational attainment. About 14% of fathers do not have a high school diploma, and roughly 12% of fathers hold a graduate or professional degree. Damn. That's wild. Among men ages 40 to 50 years, men with a bachelor's degree are less likely to have children than men with less than a high school diploma. Yep. So basically the ones who ain't got no diploma, they out here just fucking because they poor. They live in the middle class, and that's what they're doing. They're out here having sex. Poor people be out here having sex. They just be fucking any and everything. That's why you see all them STDs going around. They be fucking everything that they can fucking find. Yep, I get it. Yep. Let's look at that number. Single fathers as a primary parent percentage. So in the US, approximately 20% of single parent households are led by fathers. This translates to about 2.25 million single fathers in total, with many living with one child. 41% of single fathers are never married, indicating a significant portion of single fathers are not married. So 20% of single parent households are led by single fathers. That's crazy. This is why I'm telling you. when the numbers come, they ain't got shit to say. When the numbers come,
passionate about, and she's career driven. She can still be a great mom, but she has something for herself. You wouldn't date a woman that necessarily doesn't have anything going for herself.
That's real.
So when the statistics already show, it's not a lot of y'all around. Not a lot of good, solid guys around. Not a lot of guys.
Yes, they are. They are in the middle class. They are in the middle class and higher. Yes, they are. Middle class and higher. The overwhelming majority of men, of black single men, are in the middle class and higher. I just said it. 57% are in the middle class or higher. Then you got an 8% that, and you got an 8%. Matter of fact, I think I did that number wrong. Let me see something real quick. Let me see. What was it? Was it 47? Let me see. What's that? 57 plus. No. What was that number? It was 57 plus 40. Yeah, it was, yeah. So 57. So it was 57%. 57% are in the middle class and higher. Of that 57%, 8% of that 57% are millionaires. 8% of that 57 are millionaires. And the other, so you just have to do the math. The others, that other percentage, which is like 42 point something percent, 42 point something percent, are in the lower class. So they out here. Y'all standards is just so high, and you think that you deserve more than what you are supposed to get. You got this high inflated ego of yourself. You think that you deserve the best. Yeah, 49%, right? Yeah, okay, 49%. I knew it was somewhere close. 49% are in the lower class. So that's still the minority. Because 57% of single black men are in the middle class and higher.
Guys that care about themselves enough to go to a therapist,
good call,
or to read a book, or to go to the gym, or to eat a salad. Again, we're under the couch, and so that's part of it. It's a numbers game. You all have more choices. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I think also too though, like,
black men do got more choices.
Even if I am on the same like economic status as you, my options is different. I might want to go play that field. For real. Like, it's like I don't work that hard. If you ain't got nobody that stayed down with you to your success, and even sometimes, even when you do stay down, like my options change up. I want to go explore them options because we always think it's something better going on. But I think too, my mentality about this is always like, whatever. Like, the whole conversation is like, do what you want to do, as long as it's not like, well, I'm dating white men because I hate black men. Like, yeah, I'm cool. But then also too, it's just like, in like a case like Serena Williams, like the only thing I ever really heard black men compliment her about was her ass. You feel me? Everything else is like she manly, she this and that. But she go get the white dude. Now the white dude.
Well, let's be honest. Can I be honest? Can I be objectively honest? Serena Williams ain't even that cute. She just had a body. Now I know the community gonna come at me, but I really don't care. I said what I said. She really wasn't that cute in the first fucking place. She just had the body, bro. She was a butterface. 1000%. And if she didn't have no body, she'd be a swamp donkey. Real talk. Like what are we talking about? She'd be a swamp donkey. Just calling her for what it is.
He look crazy. He looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he is a billionaire.
You
like,
saw the swimming trunk picture, didn't you?
I did. Shot to look translucent. You hear me?
I didn't see the swimming trunk picture.
He looked translucent. It's crazy.
Oh, don't say that.
It's a stark contrast.
Okay.
What, he like invested in this or something? No. I'm just playing. But nah, I'm just saying, it's like, but you can't go. But then it's like, well, he do got $1 billion, and men respect money, you feel me? So it's like, well, she do got $1 billion, but you can use that as an example too. But I think also my kind of like point of view is, if you go to college, you in your career, you doing your thing, the type of people you around too, it lessens like the black man that you might want. that field do get shorter and shorter because of war on drugs. Like we was funneled into prison, y'all was left out here, and y'all figured it out. Like my mama struggled working regular jobs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the corporate route, and I'm gonna go do the corporate takeover, and that's what y'all did. That's just real. The stats is there.
But I mean, I feel
what stats? Like, bro, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all don't be giving a full fucking story. There's a full on video. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this video real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I guess we're gonna be like Anton today. We're gonna go on it's a derailment show. I gotta go find this. I gotta find it. Because they pissing me off today. They pissing me off today. Let me see if I can find it. Ooh, I hope I can find it. Did I just I just did something so slow. Oh my God. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see the old documentary. Let's see. Ooh, is that the one? Say it is. Yeah, I think it's the one. Nope. No, not that. Look at this.
For the resurgence of Black awareness and pride, Black
1970s. This was in the 1970s.
men and women face new problems, not only in relation to white society, but to each other in a Black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender, America's largest Black newspaper, began a series some weeks ago on the emergence of the new Black woman. Betty Washington, reporter for the paper, surveyed the Chicago scene to report on how Black men and women believe the revolution in racial pride will affect them and their families, before the sociologists and experts tell us how we are supposed to react.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a Black woman married to a Black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new Black revolution on the relationship between Black man and Black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new Black man expects from the new Black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as Black men, Black women is concerned is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as Black men. No. But our Black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the Black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming Black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the Black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the Black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no Black professional woman? Are you trying to deny Black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young Black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated because his old man tolerated. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young Black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader. White America has used Black women to keep the Black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to.
It's a lot to digest.
They're not. You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these women, the men are there. But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what Black awareness means to their families and to them as Black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the Black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the Black matriarch, you know. And this whole concept, and I think this is one of the reasons that the Black community reacted so negatively to the Moynihan report, because we know that that's not true.
It was not like
the Black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope Black research is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the Black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right, and more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on. We're part of the revolution.
We're in the evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's the well, this thing will
keep
say.
tossing the word revolution around lightly. Everybody. Actress Val Ward performs the works of our Black poets and dramatists. For her, Black awareness is not.
Hold up, there's another one that I'm looking for because I don't think this was it. This is good though. This is good, but there's another one that I'm looking for. There is another one that I'm looking for. Hold on, give me a second. Bear with me for a second, please. I gotta find this one. Let's see something. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. I agree with that, Cake. I definitely agree with that. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if this is the one. Is this it? I'm not sure if I can find the actual, but this is something. But this is still.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know it really male figures are not substantially important in the family.
This ain't nothing new, bro. This shit ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. They've been talking like that. The first video I showed, they were talking. The shit was already in the works for the destruction of the Black family as a whole anyway. It was already in destruction. Because a lot of the Black women, they adopted that feminist movement. And then because they started to adopt that, guess what happened? You ended up with women like in the second video. And yet again, you still got the overwhelming majority of men that are single and childless, the overwhelming majority of men are single and childless. 20% are single with the child. 20%. So when you look at numbers, who's the problem? Who's the problem? Because I know I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen a lot of women on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on all these other platforms. They talk about my body, my choice. Cool. I'm with you. But that comes with everything. That don't come with just one aspect of something. That don't just come with, oh, well, if I decide I don't want this baby, I should be able to have, it should be my choice to whether I keep it or not. Nah. You need to take full ownership of your body. And because you decide to take full ownership of your body, you are responsible for who you let into you. You are responsible for that. You are to have that discernment. Nobody else. And it goes for the men too. Men need to have discernment of who they lay down with too. Have that discernment. But again, you solve for the majority, not the minority. What's the majority? The majority of women are single with a child. The majority of men are single without a child. So with that being said, that must mean a lot of these women are having sex with the same type of dude.
Like, I'm trying to get an answer out of y'all that I haven't gotten yet.
Okay, come on.
When we're walking down the street and we see a black man holding hands with a white woman, we have a very particular experience.
Yes.
But when we be walking down the street, we might see a black woman with a white man. We might not have that same energy. And where is that setting?
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes the white boys be pulling some bad. I'm talking about bad. I be like, hey.
They do.
My boy.
And once the black wife effect take over, it'd be like, okay, they match.
Hey.
Honestly, I think a lot of black women, and I'll speak for myself, and I'm working through not feeling like this. If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him.
Ooh.
Something in him is weak.
I want to preface this by saying, because I don't think we had an opportunity to say it as much. Love is love.
Love is love.
And
love
as was evidenced in our BEG draft, we just fell in love and she just happened to be white. Sometimes this happens.
No, that's real.
But sometimes it don't. And I just want to contextualize her statement by saying that.
And I appreciate you doing that because I believe the same. On the other side, I think when I see a black woman with a white man, despite all the historical context that we know that sits behind that, I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like.
I know damn well she just did not say that shit. I know damn well she did not just say that. Bruh. Dog. So you gonna sit here on camera with a straight face and say that because you see a black man with a woman of a different race or a white woman, that he's weak? That he's weak. That he's weak. That he's weak. But yet on the flip side, in the same funky ass breath, you turn around and say that when you see a black woman with a white man, that she's tired. That she's tired. That she is tired. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? No, seriously, I mean that in the most respectful and genuine manner. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And I know it's not all of y'all, but what the fuck is wrong with women like her? What the fuck is your problem? Are you that pissed off that you can't get a man? Are you that angry that you can't get a man that you want, or the man of your dreams? Are you trying so hard to not like somebody from a different race that you gotta just be filled with fucking hate of a black man? That's hate that you just spewed. Weak? Because he wasn't dating a black woman? You don't even understand or know what the fuck he was going through. You don't know where he from. You don't know what proximity he was in. You don't know what schools he went to. You don't know what his circle is like. You don't know none of that. You just instantly say that the man is weak. You have absolutely no fucking clue. None. The fucking audacity of you, dog. And this is why, earlier, y'all heard them say, well, you can date other races, but it can't be a but. No, it can be a but. And this is a but. This right here, the shit that she just displayed, that's the but. That's the but. That's the but. You don't see any other race of people saying shit like that. You don't. And if they are, they ain't online saying it. Or it just ain't in my algorithm and I ain't seen it. Because I damn sure haven't seen it. All I see is black women spewing this shit. I don't hear black men talking about, well, shit, bro. If I see a white girl, if I see a white woman with a black, if I see a black woman with the white woman, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she weak for real. You know what I'm saying? She just can't hack it. I ain't never heard no black man say no shit like that. It's like, hey, bro, do what you do. Damn, he got a baddie. He must be like that. He got a baddie. That's it. But he weak though. But the black man is weak because he dating a white woman. When you don't even know the backstory. You don't know if he went to PWIs. That's what his circle is like. You don't know who he hang around. You don't know how much money he make. You don't know none of it. You just say he weak. That's why there's this thing that's called go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. Go where you celebrate it, not where you're tolerated. Let me say it again. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. So if that's in the black community, go. If they celebrate you, go. If that's the white community, go. If that's the Asian community, go. And this is why, and this is exactly why the attraction rate, the attraction level is where it's at. That's why when you look at the SMV on the scale of the races of men and the races of women, it's significantly different. That's why when you look at it on the scale of male attraction based off of race, you got white men at 1, you got black men at 2, 3 is Hispanics, and 4 is Asians. On the women's side, you got white women and Asians at 1, you got Hispanics at 2. Who's at 3? I forgot who's at 3. But let's just say, so I think it was like either Asians or white women at 1, Asians or white women at 2, Hispanics at 3, black women at 4. Y'all at the bottom of the totem pole, while black men sitting at number 2. Because of the way that y'all behave, the way that y'all move. They still want Tyrone. They still want Tyrone. Tyrone at number 2. Even though Tyrone in the lower class, he poor, but they want Tyrone though. Now Brandon on the other hand, Brandon's sitting in the middle class. He focusing on becoming that 8% of the black men. He focused on getting into that group of black men. He focused on that, but you don't want Brandon though, because Brandon the lame. He the sucker. He a little too nerdy for you. He ain't got no edge. He ain't got a little roughness to him. And so therefore you don't want him because you don't think he can protect you. You don't think he can lead you. But yet that's the main one who's disciplined and everything. He ain't out here in these streets. He ain't out here fucking off. He's focused and he's disciplined on his fucking business. He ain't out in these streets. But you don't want him though. And then that same Brandon that you overlooked, that you called him a nerd, you called him a goofy, you called him a lame. Megan said, shit, that's a meal ticket. Megan said, oh, hell yeah, I found me a good one. Ain't he an attractive black man? He in the gym. He's focused. He's becoming a top partner in the Fortune 500 company. He's working hard. He's grinding. He's a family man. He's family oriented. He's all of these different things. And guess what? I don't have to work. I can be a stay-at-home mom. I can take care of the kids. I can do all these different things while Brandon goes out there and works hard for our family. And then when you see Brandon and Megan walking down the sidewalk together, you look at them and say, you call him weak. But you forgot Brandon was a guy that you overlooked, that you could have had. That could have been you on his own, but you was fucking off. You was bullshitting. Yeah, all right.
She must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
She's getting to.
And again,
look, bro, y'all, I'm triggered. I'm gonna get off this. Speaking from a white woman perspective, not one person in our community gives 2 cares about what color I am, nor do I care. Fair enough. Her mindset is the problem. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. That shit is crazy. I don't know why, bro. Like, I don't know why they still think like this. I don't know what they're watching. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know who they're talking to. I don't know what circles they're in, but they need to get out of those circles. They need to go really touch some fucking grass. They need to go breathe some fucking They need to go breathe some oxygen, bro. Not carbon dioxide. What you call that shit? What is it? I don't even know right now. I don't even know. I'm so mad. I'm so upset right now. I'm disappointed in the fact that she said that. And she's not an ugly woman. She's not. She's not an ugly woman, but her mindset is fucking horrendous. Her mindset is egregious. And for this nigga right here, to just sit there and there you go, CO2. There you go. Couldn't get it out. For this nigga right here to sit right here in the middle and let her spew that shit off is beyond me. It's beyond me. And then purple, and then the motherfucking maroon suit over here. She's just letting her get the shit off. Nobody cut her off and said, that is egregious. What you just said right here. Nobody checked her. They just let her say that shit. Talking about, I'm working on it. No, you're not. You ain't working on that shit. That's stupid. That's stupid for you to say some shit like that. That is so ignorant. That is. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure I hit that bell notification, bro. So stupid. So dumb. So let's go to the last topic for tonight, bro. Let's go to the last topic for tonight. Anton Daniels. From the After Hours, they were talking about bad wives and just bad wives and how their men begin to step out on them because they're not holding up the end. They're not holding up the end of the bargain. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I give my thoughts in between and after. All right, let's get it. Well, hold up. I don't want to play that. That's free advertisement. No sirski.
They take responsibility for it. And I'm saying, I doubt it. I'm saying, I don't think that anything, I'm saying justify in that if a person is saying my spouse should know that things have changed in our relationship such that I shouldn't have to say anything to them, and therefore I can now go make this move I want to make, to me, that is, their way of justifying it to themselves. Like, okay, this is okay because she should know what she's not doing. She doesn't. So I'm gonna go over here. That to me is a justification to yourself.
You're trying to have this and say, frame it in a concise explanation as to why I'm now at the point to where I'm considering it. I guarantee you that there was plenty of conversations that was had about the fact that she ain't giving up the box. So why you always fucking tired every day? See, you're talking about,
or maybe not.
No, you talking
but
about.
I'm saying if it's not, I'm
talking
saying
about
if it's not, it needs to.
ChatGPT and this shit by the time he already fed up. I'm saying that there are plenty of discussions along the way that has been had, that has been ignored. But now that he's to the point to where he like, you know what, fuck this shit. Now he was supposed to have this whole conversation in a concise, well-packaged communication effort so that we can work together. That's not what I'm saying,
Anton. No, I'm saying that's not what I said. And now you're changing what you said, and you're kind of saying what I said, which is conversation needs to be had. Now you're kind of etching in conversations have already been had, but you first said I shouldn't have to say anything. So which one are you saying?
No, I said that I shouldn't have to say it when it gets to the point you already knew, and that is a part of the conversations that's been had all this time. Let me tell you something.
That's not what I heard.
You just added that in just now.
Y'all know what I'm saying. And we can get back into the whole being specific part of the conversation.
Well,
we can be real. And the fact of the matter is, by the time that a woman finds out that a dude is on the outs, she takes a glance at who the fuck she became, and she try to make it. You know what I've been seeing as a trend? Women that do the thing of this is how I ended up, and then they be looking dumb as fuck, frizzy, fucked up, toe up, and then they say, now that I'm out of the relationship, this is what I'm becoming. How come women don't start to get gym life together?
Well, let's run that back.
How come they don't start?
Let's run it back.
Plenty of conversations
to themselves, like, okay, this is okay because
I'm gonna start it back from the beginning for y'all.
I'm saying I don't think that anything. I'm saying justify in that if a person is saying my spouse should know that things have changed in our relationship such that I shouldn't have to say anything to them, and therefore I can now go make this move I want to make, to me, that is, their way of justifying it to themselves. Like, okay, this is okay because she should know what she's not doing. She doesn't. So I'm going to go over here. That to me is a justification to yourself.
You're trying to have this and say, frame it in a concise explanation as to why I'm now at the point to where I'm considering it. I guarantee you that there was plenty of conversations that was had about the fact that she ain't giving up the box. So why you always fucking tired every day? See, you're talking about,
or maybe not.
You talking about?
I'm saying if it's not, I'm
talking about
ChatGPT
and this shit. By the time he already fed up, I'm saying that there are plenty of discussions along the way that has been had, that has been ignored. But now that he's to the point to where he like, you know what, fuck this shit. Now he was supposed to have this whole conversation in a concise.
Having your information freely available on the internet makes it easier for anyone.
Communication effort so that
that's
we
not
can
what
work
I'm saying,
together.
Anton. No,
That's
I'm saying
that's
not what I said. And now you're changing what you said, and you're kind of saying what I said, which is conversation needs to be had. Now you're kind of etching in conversations have already been had, but you first said I shouldn't have to say anything. So which one are you saying?
No, I said that I shouldn't have to say it when it gets to the point you already knew, and that is a part of the conversations that's been had all this time. Let me tell you something.
That's not what I heard.
You just added that in just now.
Y'all know what I'm saying. And we can get back into the whole being specific part of the conversation.
Well,
or we can be real. And the fact of the matter is, by the time that a woman finds out that a dude is on the outs, she takes a glance at who the fuck she became, and she try to make it. You know what I've been seeing as a trend? Women that do the thing of, this is how I ended up. And then they be looking dumb as fuck, frizzy, fucked up, toe up. And then they say, now that I'm out of the relationship, this is what I'm becoming. How come women don't start to get gym life together? How come they don't start to push themselves? All of a sudden, you want to go to the gym and get shit together and put it together when you get divorced. You didn't know that that's what you was becoming, but what they doing is, and they go on any social media platform, they are blaming the men that they are with for how they are now frizzied and toe up.
Yep.
They not taking accountability for who they are. And again, I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying what a guy does wrong. But what I'm not going to do is let y'all continue to blame everybody else for the situation that they wind up finding themselves in. By the time you get there, it's almost like being at a job. By the time you get to HR and they let you know they didn't gave you a pip.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Just because you are supposed, apparently, if you know your partner, if you know your spouse, whatever the case may be, just overall, you know yourself. You know who you were at one point. You know what you used to do. You know how disciplined you used to be. And you know that you let yourself go. It is your responsibility to take care of that. It is your responsibility to take care of it. If you don't want your partner coming back to you saying, hey, man, listen, dog, y'all remember the video? Y'all remember the video I had last week? Last Saturday, was it? No, actually, it was I think it was Wednesday. The video that I had Wednesday when the husband was telling the wife, listen, I ain't as attracted to you no more. You ain't in the gym. You're not working out. I never said I wanted to leave you or nothing, but I'm just letting you know I'm not attracted to you. That's a conversation that was a conversation. But you're dismissing it. You're blaming him like, well, I had your 2 kids. That was 2 years ago. That's 24. That's 24 months ago. That's not an excuse anymore. A lot of those women who you see, they snatched that shit right back. They started working out just a few months after having the baby. And they started with at-home workouts, and they started to get back in the gym. Next thing you know, they snapped right back as if they ain't even have a baby before. So all of that shit ain't no excuse. You already know what it is. You even know that you ain't that attractive no more. You know that you be walking past that fucking mirror. You be looking at yourself. You be walking past like, God damn, where the fuck all this come from, nigga? I'm a whole nother person. Looking at your face and shit, cheeks all big and shit. Hair looking the mess. Your fucking edges coming the fuck out. Dudes be the same fucking way. Dudes be walking past the fucking mirror like, damn, nigga, where I got this big ass gut from? Where I get this shit from? We all experienced it before. So it's on us at the end of the day. You can't go and blame and say, oh, well, shit, it's because my man or my lady, bro, like, it's nah, nigga. Nope, get in the gym, go work out. Nigga, you know how many workouts? You know how many workouts you can do at home? Pull up YouTube, pull up TikTok. You can find out many ways to work out at home and get the shit done. And get the shit done and get it out the way. I don't want to hear that shit no more, bro. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the excuses. I'm sick of it. Don't nobody want to hold themselves accountable. Everybody want to blame the next person. Like mom, like wifey, you know you ain't look the same when we first got together. So now all of a sudden you gonna get mad at me because I tell you that I ain't attracted to you like I once was. Yeah, because when I met you, nigga, you was on point. You didn't let all that shit go. You just said, fuck it. I got her now, so fuck it. No, hell no.
They didn't have conversations with you. They didn't put you on a goddamn warning. They didn't told you that your coworkers have been complaining about you. You know that you on your way to get fired way before you get there. It is not a mistake.
Facts.
And so I'm not justifying the way that he handles things. What I am saying is, by the time that he get there, you already knew that you was going to be an ex-employee.
Work-life balance with Betterment, the automated investing and savings app. We do the work.
That's all I'm saying.
Carrie's disappointed.
Don't make it any less true. Don't make it any less true. Everybody know that they on their way to get fired.
I'm used to hearing this this narrative.
What did I say that was wrong?
I didn't say anything that you said was wrong. I said I'm used to hearing this narrative. That's all. I mean, I think that if a marriage gets to a point where anybody steps out, I think both people should be held accountable to where their marriage went wrong. And I think there are specific actions that each person is responsible for. I just don't look at it as a complete.
No, I agree. People, yeah, you're right. People aren't mind readers, but at the same time, you can feel the tension in the house. You know what's going on. If at one point you see that the guy he used to be all up on you, touching on you, feeling on you, all of these different things, ready to pull your shit down and get inside you at every given point, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden that shit just kind of stopped. It's like, hey, what's going on? You used to do this, we used to do that. What happened? So that raises red flags. If you now if it started like that, where you guys weren't that intimate and you guys weren't really doing it like that, then that's when it's like, all right, communication comes in. But when that shit was over hyper, you always doing it, you on top of shit, y'all doing it on the couch, y'all doing it in the living room, in the bedroom, in the fucking bathroom, wherever you get a fucking opportunity, and all of a sudden that shit slow the fuck down. You realize that your pants ain't fitting the way that they used to fit, but then you want to ask your husband or your boyfriend to try to confirm, that you still look good, but he gonna lie to you anyway. He gonna say, yeah, babe, you still look good, because he don't want to argue. He ain't got time for you to he ain't got time to argue. He ain't got time for the extra question. He's like, yeah, babe, you still look good, but I'm still attracted to you. But he gonna be like, and keep doing what he was doing. I'm just being honest. I'm just calling him for what it is. To avoid conflict, he gonna tell him, nah. He's gonna say, nah, you look good. Nah, you still look good, babe. You still fine. But in his head, like, man, shit, not like you used to be. You done put on about 20 pounds. Just like you with him. You know that nigga picked up, that man picked up about 30, 40 pounds, kicking it on the couch, just eating shit, ain't worked out in months of Sundays, just at home, sitting down, ain't doing nothing, ain't active on nothing. Can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing up that bitch. And you looking at him, but next thing you know, because you focusing on yourself, you working on yourself, you be out here in these streets and you see these other men out here getting it. You were like, and I got this big glob at home on the couch. Come on now. Communication is 90% body language and 10% of what you say. 90% body language and only 10% of what you say. So 90% has already been communicated. You see what's going on. You know what's going on. 90% has already been confirmed, which technically speaking would most likely be enough. But for some of us, we need that extra 10%. Like, hey, I need you to tell me, say what you mean what you say, closed mouth don't get fed, right? So, but just saying, you see it.
One-sided thing, and I definitely don't look at you stepping out or you not keeping your commitment and your word as not your responsibility, regardless of if somebody's not holding up their end in your head or whatever. That does not exonerate you from not holding up yours. I just don't look at it like that.
At what
I 100% agree.
I
100% agree that if a man especially steps out, that the woman, especially if she wants to keep her marriage, needs to take some, she needs to really reflect on that. And that's why I said the conversation is very important. Honesty is very important, because clearly something has changed, but not to the point where it's like, it's your fault that he did it. You should have, you, not him. And he, I just don't look at it like that. I don't think you can have a sound marriage taking that kind of approach. That's just me.
At what point did I not say and preface the conversation by saying the actions that the man take is not justified and it's wrong? I don't know why.
You say that, and then you it's almost like a yes, but like you say that, then you go down this whole road that
It's not
comes
a but,
across.
it's an and.
Whatever. That's how it comes across. I say you say it like, not that's what you said, but you say it like, yeah, hear this little part so that nobody gets on me about that. Now let's really deal with what it is. You know why he cheated. You know why, because you're fat, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, you're blah, 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 blah. It's wrong what he did, but you're fat, you're lazy, you ain't cooking, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you did it like, and so for me, I just don't look at it like that, because again, if you're not gonna leave your marriage, then at some point in time, y'all have to be able to talk like you're on the same team. And to me, that approach puts y'all on two different teams. So
you know what's so funny about this?
I don't see how you solve.
You know what's so funny about this is that I never, ever see a woman say, you know what?
Same old phone? Nah.
Oh, Anton getting that money, boy.
Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Hey, he getting that money.
Sign up in seconds. It's about time insurance does that. Get a quote at lemonade.com.
I fucked up. I lost my man. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And Carrie's rhetoric is very similar to what a lot of women speak like when it's always a him. Why didn't you have the conversation? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Her rhetoric is very much reflective of what I see from women on social media on a regular basis, always saying, I don't like the way you said it. I don't like the way you're framing it. I don't like the additional context that you're adding into it. At some point, if at any point in that conversation that a woman says, you know what, I need to get my fucking life together before I lose my situation, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't even be having this conversation because there's never.
All right, so listen. Listen. I'm gonna give y'all a scenario and help y'all understand what's going on here and what's happening. So I know this person, right? I know this person, and this is a person they live. You know what I'm saying? This is a person that's an old friend of mine, right? And so what happened is him and his chick, they've been together for a long fucking time, right? And she's, when you're together for a long time, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Things kind of get a little, I guess you could say, you kind of get a little comfortable in the relationship, right? Get a little comfortable in the relationship, okay? So this person started getting back into the gym. The guy started getting back into the gym, started working on himself, started literally getting in that fucking gym, being consistent, going to the gym minimum 4 times a week, getting himself back together, fixing his wardrobe, just getting himself together, getting himself back to the way that he used to be, plus something, right? Focusing on other things, getting his money up, and all of this. In the meantime, his lady, she was kind of still in the cut. She was trying to figure some things out. She was just kind of going with the flow, but she started to pay attention to her guy. She was noticing things. She was noticing he was getting more fit. She was noticing that he was dressing better. She was noticing that he was taking more care of his skin and health. All these different things. She just noticed it because it wasn't because he was doing it for another woman. He wasn't that. But because he wanted to be a better version of himself. He wanted to grow. He wanted to build. He wanted just to become better overall. So that way he can feel better about himself. Now, as a result of that, when he go outside, he get a lot of eyes. When he out with his girl, he get a lot of eyes. She noticed it. And she noticed it. So what did she do? She talked to him. Like, listen, hey, I see you getting a lot of eyes. I see you getting them. That's all she said. I see you getting a lot of eyes. I see it, and I don't want to be that person that you leave because I wasn't on my shit. And this is the true story. So guess what she did? Instead of her complaining, whining, she took accountability in herself. She's like, well, I know I haven't been taking care of myself lately as I should have. I've been slacking a lot. I know I should be in better shape. So that's exactly what she started to do. She started to get into shape. Because mind you, as this guy was focusing on himself, getting better in the gym, and his lady was still sitting there chilling, not doing nothing, that attraction wasn't there for a minute. It was not there. It was like, I'm just not as attractive. Just not as attractive. But when she took accountability and started getting to the gym, started taking care of herself again, like she once used to, guess what? That attraction came back. Now they doing the same thing that they were doing when they first started. They fucking all everywhere, all over the floor. The attraction is there. So it's not like the attraction can't go, like it can't come back. But you need to rekindle that spark again with what it started with from the jump plus some. So it's not necessarily the fact of, oh, well, it's because she ain't attractive. Nah, you focus on yourself as the man, focus on building and growing yourself. And she needs to do the exact same thing. It ain't about what the other person's not doing. No, you need to focus on you. You need to become the best version of yourself. You know how you look, and you even know it. When you look at them old ass pictures, how you used to look, used to look at you like, God damn, I used to be so thin. Oh, I used to look so good back then. So you already know in your head that you don't look the same. So why don't you go fix that? Why? Just because you already in a relationship, you think that this nigga may not, you think that, especially if he's working on himself, you think this nigga ain't getting these eyes? Come on, man. Take accountability on both sides. Take accountability for your own shit. Just because you in a relationship, just because you in a marriage or whatever the case, that don't mean that you still don't need to focus on you and build yourself up in order for this thing to continue to keep going, for this train to keep fucking rolling.
Hey, there's never a holistic moment where you can remove the man from the conversation and have a one-to-one with who it is that women become when they find themselves in a situation that they shouldn't be in.
But that's like saying that fit women who cook don't get cheated on, and that's not true.
That's not even the conversation that we having.
But
Molly introduced it and said that a lot of these women be letting themselves go in the conversation. Because now y'all adding additional factors. Molly said that this is what women do. This is a situation that they find themselves in. I said, well, okay, well, women know that shit is coming and they know what they finding themselves in way before they ever get to the conversation. That was the context. But if we change the narrative, then we can change that too. And that's cool.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. But it's
listen, okay. If y'all feel better about us telling
y'all heard it is how you heard it. But that's not what I said. And I clearly also said that if somebody steps outside of the marriage, then I definitely think that and I said especially if the man does it, the woman does need to take a step back and reflect. That's where the communication comes in. I said, especially if you want to keep your marriage. Like I just said that. And I also said, that's why I think this whole thing of like, it's all on you. If y'all are trying to keep your marriage together, you have to learn how to play on the same team. Like that's all of what I just said. So I don't understand this Carrie's rhetoric of making the man wrong and the woman right. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but I'm also
because when I said that I prefaced the conversation,
I did not.
I said I prefaced the conversation saying that I'm not justifying it and he's 100% wrong. And here's the additional context as to how they got themselves to that point. You didn't like that.
If you're a man over 30 who makes at least 150 grand a year and you're still embarrassed to take your shirt off at the pool, you're number.
And you said that you didn't like
it. But I told you that your comment sounded like a yes button. I explained how it sounded like that. to me, your comment did the opposite. So where you're implying that I'm saying it's all on the man, there's nothing on the woman, to me, your comment is implying the opposite. It's not on the man, it's all on the woman. And what I'm saying is, if you are in a marriage and somebody has had an affair and y'all want the marriage to stay together, everybody has to work at fixing it. Everybody has to come to the table to talk about what went wrong. Everybody has to come to the table and be honest about where things are. Both parties, not one, not him, not just her, but both of them. But if we're going to play this game of, I shouldn't have to come and speak to you about it, you should know, and I didn't do nothing wrong, even like if that's the approach we're taking, the marriage is not
whack,
that's not whack.
That is whack. That is so whack.
Okay, Anti. Okay.
Because what I said was,
you got it.
What I said is that a woman for a long time, a lot of these conversations has been had way before it gets to the point. She knew what was coming. It's not that difficult for her to understand. A dude don't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm about to go out here and bust it down for a real one. That's not how it usually plays out. Does it happen sometimes? Maybe, but that's not usually how it plays out. And so I said that way before it ever gets to that point, she already knows who she is in a role that she's playing in a relationship. If you're here's the way I see it. If you're telling me that you're willing to get it together just because you think that I'm about to step out, then I don't want to be fucking with you in the first place. Because the only reason that you're doing it is because you think that I'm gonna leave. That means that you never. The only reason that you're getting yourself together is because you think that I'm gonna leave. If I have to sit here and come to you. If I have to sit here and come to you and say, yo, I think I'm about to step out, and then you want to start working together, then that means that it was already a fucking problem. And the only reason that you're trying to stay together is because you don't want me to leave for whatever reason, whether it be how you feel, your reputation, or all of that other shit. But if it gets to that point to where I got to have that conversation with you, now you want to sit here and lecture me on how it is that I need to be working together as a team. Fuck you. I'm not working together.
Like, why is that? That's what I'm saying. Is I get it. That's why I said earlier, I've heard this before, especially from you, and I get it. Like, we get to a point where we just agree to disagree. Like, even in your temperament and your demeanor towards the idea of working it out and having conversation, I see like that's not a thing for you. You're like, I ain't doing all that. What the fuck I look like sitting here?
Well, the problem, I think I get it. I get what Kara's saying, but I think she's missing it. So it's preventative maintenance, right? It shouldn't get to that point. It shouldn't get to the point where you've let yourself go so long to the point where you start to notice or see me looking a certain way, start as having eyes everywhere else. It shouldn't get to that point. That's the point. So preventative maintenance. So there's a threshold, right? It's like, all right, let's use money for an example, right? So I'm using basic scale. Let's just act like we're talking to teenagers here. Listen, I'm gonna give you $100. Give you $100. Give you $100, right? I'm gonna start you off with $100. $100 is your zero. $100 is your zero. Meaning, do not let your money get below zero. Always keep $100 on you. All right. You want to stack your money. Boom. On 100. Boom. On 100. Boom. On 100. Boom. On 100. So now you up to $500, right? You having fun. Hey, having a little money. Boom, boom, doing my thing. Hey. Right? Now you look at your account. You down to $200 because you had a little bit too much fun. So now you like, all right, I still got $100 though. I can go have a little bit more fun. You have a little bit more fun. Yeah, have a little fun, doing my thing, right? Boom. You had $210. No, I'm sorry, you had $110. You got $10 left. Remember, that $100 is your zero. You go below that zero, you go below that 100, it's a wrap. You go below that 100, it's a wrap, because guess what? You're gonna continue to keep thinking that you got enough money, you got money until you get to zero. You actually don't have no money. Now you're gonna find yourself in the negative. So you can use that as this situation right here. If you already see, if you started here in a relationship, you started here, everything was great, everything was cupcakes, cookies, and ice cream, right? And I get it. Sometimes shit go up and down, things happen in a relationship. But if you let yourself get to a point that you get so low in a relationship, to the point that you lose who you are, you forget who you are as a person, everything about it, you done added on 50, 60, 70 fucking pounds. You done got lazy, your hair don't look the same, your shit all dried out. You looking rough, your skin ain't shining like it once was, you ain't in shape like you used to be, you ain't even cooking the same foods no more. You ain't clean like you used to be, like it's just everything just out of fucking whack. Everything's out of fucking whack. And this shit is a slow decline. It don't happen just like that. It happens over time. And if you ain't caught yourself or noticed yourself, like, damn, I'm on this decline, bro. Like, what the fuck? I need to get my shit back. By this time, reminder, there's still other things going on too. So while you were already up here, everything was great. You and your guy, everything was great. You're attractive. You in the shade. Y'all lovesy, cutesy, all this other shit. But over time, the decline starts to happen. You stop cooking as much. Gain a little weight. Just a little bit, not a lot yet. You know what I'm saying? You're still clean a little bit, but you're not cleaning as you once used to clean. Other little things start to happen. And you slowly decline. Now, mind you, sometimes depending on the guy, he may be declining with you. Both of y'all may be declining. The attraction level ain't there. Y'all ain't looking at that. He didn't gain some weight because he's working. All he doing is working, eating, sleeping, shit, and then coming home, kicking his feet up on the couch and just watching TV. So he ain't doing nothing. He ain't got no aspirations. He ain't got no motivation. He ain't doing nothing. So this shit just constantly declining. Y'all ain't having sex no more. So that spark ain't there no more. So now y'all just basically existing. Y'all just coexisting in the house together. Y'all just there. Y'all ain't going out on dates. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all just there. Y'all ain't even conversing with each other. Y'all ain't talking. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Just there. Just existing. Basically. Just existing. Going to work, go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing over and over. And y'all just constantly keep declining. You getting bigger and bigger and unattractive and more unattractive. Y'all see each other Y'all see each other. Y'all see each other every day. Remember, communication is 90% of body language, and what you see, 10% of what you say. Y'all see this shit, but y'all choose to ignore it. You looking at her like, man, I ain't even attracted to that. My shit ain't even getting hard no more. You looking at him like, man, my pussy don't even get wet for this nigga no more. But neither one of y'all are taking action in regards like, look, you know what? Let me get myself back together because I know I don't fit them clothes the way I look to. Like Shorty used to be, nigga, I used to be in bed. Shorty used to grab my shit and she used to start going crazy on it while I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I used to be on the couch just chilling. Shorty would just come over there and pull my shit down and go to town. Or damn, I used to be in there washing dishes. Shit, he'll just pull up behind me, pull my shit down. We be going crazy on the kitchen. You feel me? So those are the little things. Those are the little things that you don't pay attention to. That don't happen anymore. That once used to happen. Y'all ain't paying attention to it. Because y'all choose not to. Y'all choose to ignore the shit. So I get what Carrie's saying. I do. I understand it. But she missing it because Carrie's so I'm not gonna say not even nuance. I'm not even gonna say nuance. I can't even think of the term of what Carrie's not analytical. What the fuck is the word that I'm looking for Carrie? I guess for lack of a better word, she's just nuanced. She's very nuanced. I'll just say that for lack of a better term. If somebody else can figure out what I'm trying to say, I'll give you a brownie.
Listening to you
because I'm not about to work with you. Either you work on it and you get your.
That might be
either you there or you not. Either you gonna get it together or you not. I should not have to work with what. Okay, tell me what is it that I should.
That sounds weird that you're saying you should not have to. Which again implies.
Let me ask you a question, Carrie.
Hold on, just one second.
Let me ask you a question. What is it that we work on? How are we working? Let's work it out. Me and you married. We got a problem in our relationship. How should we work this out so that we can fix our marriage? Explain it to me. What should we do?
I really wouldn't know how to work on it with you because you come across like, yo, I'm perfect. You're not.
I'm asking you for guidance.
Get up,
Give me some insight, baby
am.
girl.
Get
baby
where
girl.
I am. If you can't be
some
where
insight.
I am, then why are you here? Like,
No,
and
listen,
that's
no,
cool.
no. Don't
But
lecture
a
me
lot of
about
people
why I'm not
aren't
here.
perfect.
I want to be with you, but I realize that we got problems. What is it that we should work on, baby girl, Carrie?
What are the problems you realize we have?
You don't want to listen.
You just said I realized we got problems. So what are the problems?
You have to say it.
What is it that we together need to work on is what I'm asking.
But if you just said you come to me saying you realize we have problems we need to work on, then I'm going to ask you, what are the problems that you see we need to work on?
No. You said that we needed to work together. So what I'm asking you, because
I said
believe,
if you
listen, this is where I stand. I believe that we all know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Anton, she got you. She didn't get you, but you did say, you know what I'm saying? I see that there are some problems, you know what I'm saying? How can we work on it as a collective? I do see that part. You did say that part. So
where we are in life. We all know where we are within our relationships. We know this. This is not something that is crazy, any of that stuff. You know where you at. I know where I'm at, right? If you believe that we need to work.
Oh, what you mean? What you mean, Snowbunny? What you mean?
As a team, exactly what do we need to work on in order to fix this thing?
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Wix.
Hey, you would have to know what the problem is first. And just because you think that she knows, maybe she doesn't. Or if she thinks that the problem is she's not cooking and the problem is she gained 20 pounds, those are not the same problems. You have to tell her what the issue is. He needs to tell you what the issue is. At that point, y'all start talking.
You know what's so funny though? When you get a girl that gets newly single, she know how to make everything right. She know how to perfect herself. She don't need no man's guidance. She don't need to go talk to nobody. She don't need to go and figure it out. She know everything that she need to do in order to get another man. Ain't that funny? How she needs guidance when she's with the man that she's supposed to be with, but she don't need no goddamn guidance when she go out there and get single.
But you say that men are supposed to give their women guidance, Anton.
Through leadership. I do agree that yes, you're supposed to get the leadership at the same, but even then, you already know to get the man, you already know what you got to do. And if you know that what got him in the first place is not there anymore, that's probably a start. That's probably a start. And let's not be, come on, man. Come on, Carrie. Come on, Carrie. I know I see what you're doing. I get it. But come on, Carrie. Come on, Carrie.
I do.
So what are you saying?
But I said that the conversations have been had all the way up to the point to where they get in the divorce in the first place.
That's the
what
assumption. And I said maybe that does happen for some people, but a lot of people, maybe it's not happening. Maybe a lot of people are not having the conversations that you're thinking they're having, which again is why I said, I think that the communication part needs to happen. Now, if the man is coming to his woman and he's like trying like to figure this, something is up, this ain't feeling right, however he chooses to approach her, and she's just like, whatever, okay. I mean, I'm not saying go cheat, maybe you should end it or whatever, whatever, but I get it. But a lot of times that might not always be how that may not
always
happens. The communication usually in relationships is stifled. Like,
do y'all think that the communication is great between the side chick and the guy that's in the relationship?
About certain things, probably, yeah.
It needs to be had. What conversation needs to be
Do you
had?
think that he's? Do you think that he's?
Man, hell, man, listen, bro. They being okay, so they being disingenuous now. Yes, conversations need to be had, but the problem is when you try to have that conversation with the wife, or when you try to have a conversation with your wife, with your girlfriend, or whoever that person is, it don't go over. It does not go over like everybody think it does, because somebody's gonna get butthurt, because somebody's not gonna be empathetic on how they said, because it's not what they said, it's how they said it, versus just taking it for what it is and then doing something about it, and so that way you can get results, and that way you can continue to strengthen the relationship. So when he asked a question, I mean, and listen, this is just not no personal experience or nothing, but I'm pretty sure that when you have the conversation with the child, with the side chick, right? I'm pretty sure there's communication, that you got to have communication in order to do whatever it is that y'all doing, right? You saying whatever it is, you letting them know what it is. Like, look, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, and I ain't doing this. So we just gonna keep it at this level. We good, bet. And so if y'all really want to be real about the conversation, the reason they don't have a conversation because nobody wants to get, the reason a man really won't tell you why is because 9 times out of 10 the woman's gonna get butthurt about it. They're gonna feel some type of way because now it's you're attacking them, or you don't love them no more, or you want to leave them, or you just so mean, or you're verbally abusing them. Like, nah, just told you I wasn't attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Ain't got nothing to do with me stepping outside or looking at other things. I'm just not attracted to you. And it could be for a number of things. It could be because you may not be talking to that person the same, or you may not be wearing the same clothes you used to wear, or it may be because you gained a little weight and it don't look the same no more. Whatever the case may be, it can be a lot. It can be a number of things to why he is not attracted to you no more. But you can't look at that as, oh my God, my life is, oh no, do this. This is the prerequisite. This is the prerequisite. If you as a man or a woman, you realize that the relationship is going downhill, go back to how it got there in the first place. Go back to how it started. How did you look? What were you doing? What were you doing? Once you figure that out, like how did you look? Were you at your best? Were you at your fittest? How were you dressing back then? Go back and do some what do you call it? Well, what do you call it? What's that shit? Audit. Go back and do an audit on yourself. When that moment that you got that individual that you with right now, go back and look at how you look, how you behave, how you work, and see if you can bring that person back out again. If you were slim, fit, and all that in shape, go back to that person. Of course, you're just gonna be a little bit better now because you got older, you got a little wiser now. But now you're older and you're wiser now. You look fantastic. You look fantastic on top of it. You've adopted a different behavior. You've adopted discipline. You've gotten that spark back. You've gotten that motivation back. You've got that little peppy and stuff. Now you walking different. You feel me? Now they gonna be looking at you like, hold on, now this is a different person. Like, all right. You feel me? So let's be honest. Yes, I do believe that communication is vital, but at the same time, some things just don't need to be communicated. You just need to pay attention to yourself and build yourself up. And I guarantee that person, if you are the true leader, she's going to follow. She's going to follow because she's going to see your hard work and dedication, and they're going to follow too. They're going to see like, well, shit, I can't get left behind because this nigga in here, this nigga in the gym, this nigga eating healthy, this nigga doing all this shit right here. He's looking good. He's focused. And, he's taking care of his skin, taking care of his hair, dressing well, all these different things. And I'm just sitting over here looking like this. And then, mind you, I see these other women looking at him. Paying attention to him. But shit, that's my man. So I need to step my game up because I'm sorry to tell you, ladies. I'm sorry to tell you. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not sorry to tell you. At the end of the day, you still competing for your man. And mind you, if you know that you have an attractive man, if you know that you have a man that's about something, if you know you have a man that's growing, that's building, that's trying to be the best version of himself, you know, you need to know. That doesn't mean he's going to go cheat on you. That doesn't mean he's going to step out of you, but just know that you are competing. You are competing. Always. Just because you got him now, that don't necessarily mean anything. You need to be competing. You need to stay on your fucking toes. You need to stay at your tip-top shape. Just as the man, he need to be doing the same thing. He need to stay at the tip-top shape. He need to continue to keep pushing, becoming the best version of himself. But most of all, ladies, you got to stay competitive. Yes, it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. When a lot of women see a man who is on his purpose, he's moving, he's grinding, he ain't out here just being a fucking hoe or a dog. He's out here working, grinding, trying to build some shit. Trust me, eyes are on him. Whether he know it or not, they're looking. They're looking. So just as they're looking, you need to be looking too, and making sure that you on your A game all the time. So when you step out and he step out with you, like, oh shit, I see. Because the last thing you want to hear is, why the fuck is he with her? Just saying. But listen, man, I'm gonna cut it right there. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. At the end of the day, I do think that both need to continue to work. I do think that communication is vital. But I just need the finger to stop being pointed back at each other and just point it back at yourself. Figure out what it is that you need to do, and you go from there, man. Stop pointing the finger at everybody. Stop trying to point the finger at the next person because you don't want to take accountability of what you're doing. You know that you weren't supposed to eat those bag of chips just because you saw everybody else eating them. Nope. Just take accountability. Like, nah, fuck that. I wanted to eat them chips. I don't feel guilty. All right, it is what it is. You took accountability. Like, yo, you ate them and you know what it is. You understand the consequences and the results behind it. Like, what's wrong with taking accountability, taking ownership? You know that makes you more attractive, right? Being who you are, but understanding that, look, I know what it is I need to do. I ain't got no excuse. I know there are certain decisions that I make that I know I shouldn't make, but I still do anyway, just because sometimes niggas just don't give a fuck. That's the honest God truth. But I know there's a bigger purpose though. So therefore, you can't continue to keep doing the same exact thing, expecting a different result. So yeah, y'all gotta get better with these relationships though. Carrie, I do understand though. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. And I do hear what AD's saying too. So I hear it on both sides. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. Dog, this was a dope show tonight. This was a dope motherfucking show tonight. Listen, we're almost at 1K, dog. We almost at 1K, dog. Let me see. Hold up. Let me look it up real quick before I let y'all go. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see exactly where I'm at. Before I let you go away, can I get a yes good night? Before I go, can I get a kiss good night? Let's see. Hold up, man. Why my shit ain't pulling up? Is that the right one? It ain't the right one. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm trying to find this real quick. Give me a moment. All right, here we go. I don't know why it does that. So yeah, we are at 932 subscribers. 932. We almost there, dog. We almost there. 68 to go. 68 subscribers to go. 68 subscribers to go. The watch time hours are going up. So listen, I think I need to be at 1,000. I think I need to be at 1,000 total watch hours to get my super chats. To get the super chats. So we locked in. We almost there, big dog. We almost there, man. We locked in. The consistency is crazy. So yeah, we locked in. But we almost there though, man. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for kicking it with your boy, man. Make sure you guys are here on Tuesday night for Banter and Barter. And we locked in. All right. So until then,